Live from the Loki studio for this Thursday, the 20th of March, it's Back Pocket. Brought to you as always by our exceptional Back Pocketeer patrons. This week starring fucking Gus Ronald.
Well, I love that thing, and I wish you'd do it all the fucking time.
Peter Burns.
So, it's brought me to tears.
Ruby Innes.
I pegged one at Ruby.
Yeah, I got a really bad gash.
We went to the hospital after. It was kind of crazy.
We're trying to promote wonderful achievements.
And special guest, King of the Pocket Pals and Lord of the Buzzers, it's Nick Belling.
I'm top right. No, I'm the best at wanking.
What just happened? And behind the scenes, it's Josh, Will, and Blair. So align your chakras and open the third eye because it's time for Back Pocket!
Back Pocket. Chad, it's lovely to see you. We've got some Fourth Reaper, Lord Phoenix of Vexia. We're missing one individual that's usually there, and that's a Nicrotex.
Hey!
Hate that guy. He's right here.
Oh, hello.
How you going?
I'm so good. It's so good to be back. I love hanging out with you guys. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
No,
it feels
it's
fake.
legit my
Feels
favorite.
fake. No, we...
Fucking hate you guys.
Let's address
Now that's real, and that's what we're here for.
that's content.
That's what we're here for.
Let's address the
dress.
well-dressed elephants in the room,
Okay.
which is
Yeah, we're wearing
Ruby's hat.
we're wearing hats.
I
some
got
of
a
us.
new hat.
Is this a new hat?
I got a new one because I can't find the old one.
I've
was
seen
gonna
you
say,
wearing
you have-
hats of a similar Ruski shape.
Yes, I got this hat today because the other one that I had I lost in the move.
This
But
story
this
better
one
Oh no,
um,
it is
I bought
interesting.
today at what's it called? Is it
shop.
Mitchell Road Antiques?
Wait, really?
Oh, it's an antique one.
Yeah,
Ruby,
yeah.
And
This
you
might sound forward. May I smell your hat? It is antique.
Yeah,
Smells
I got
it
it from
smells
Mitchell.
old.
I'm pretty sure
old.
it's Mitchell Road Antiques. But it's a
Wait, you're
really
not-
really cool place.
Yeah.
You're not sure where you went or what it's called?
No, what it's called.
Yes. Okay. Well, it is.
And remind me, you're staunchly pro Russia, yeah?
And
Yeah,
pro
okay.
fur. Lovely. Wonderful.
Nice. That's a good stance to take.
But are you going to tell us what's happening on the show tonight?
Probably not.
Then I also got something else while I was at that store.
Wait.
What have you done?
From an antique store?
Yeah,
That's famously not a cheap shop.
famously.
We bought boxing gloves there that were like $200 boxing gloves.
Yeah, and that's what I got. No, well, we love to open Pokemon cards on the stream. We've done it a few times before, but I thought, why not change it up a bit?
Oh.
Get some antique cards.
So I thought instead, why don't we open
Wait, what the fuck are these?
the X-Files Season 8 premiere trading cards?
Hell yeah.
I got
Can I
a
spell
pack
it?
for each of us to open.
That's so cool.
Hang on, can I check something first? Oh my fucking god! Smell them.
Wait,
smell the
no
cards.
way.
They smell like David Duchovny. Oh, they do.
They do. What a musky scent.
Would you like to
You want
distribute
to know
them?
who got really excited about these cards today?
Ben.
Oh,
Ben got so excited.
Ben got very
Thank
excited.
you. Oh, I like the Gillian Anderson foily.
I was very specifically, I was looking for the Austin Powers trading cards because
Yeah.
I know that they exist in the wilderness,
Felicity Shagwell.
but I saw these and I was like, ooh.
This
Season
is gonna be
8
cool.
premiere trading cards, autographed cards randomly inserted.
Yeah. So
Much like David Duchovny will
Randomly inserted
inserted.
himself.
Yeah, Californication.
Californication,
Oh, God.
baby.
Are we
Alright.
okay with opening
Are we
these?
opening them?
I'm
We can open them.
so fine with those.
Okay, no, that you
No,
don't,
no.
have to, don't give us a number, but like, how much are these worth? Like, not much.
$3 a pack.
Enough that you're happy with us opening them.
More? You're crazy.
A little more.
Okay.
Just a little more.
Okay.
Okay.
$5
Did the person at the store be
This
like,
is a little
$10
more.
a pack?
Just a tiny bit more.
$11 a pack.
$11 a pack.
That's all right. That's
I've
pretty
started.
Okay.
Nick-
Holy
You're going
fuck!
first.
good. Gus, you obviously are an X-Files fan.
I am. First card is an autopsy being looked at. Oh, this is because we're season 8. We're like less of Mulder and Scully and more side characters. So I've got the guy who played Terminator.
If these cards were just Mulder and Scully, it would be pretty boring.
They're looking at, have a look, at a ripped open face with a ripped open jaw. I've got Deputy Director Alvin Kirsch. Ben, you know who that one is, I'm sure. I've got what looks like Scully at a funeral, which is 3 months after Scully buries Mulder. What the fuck?
Spoilers.
Season 8 spoilers. Oh, I got a Special Agent Dana Scully card. Ooh, Gillian Anderson.
That's a keeper.
How I love her.
That's a keeper. Put that in the packet.
That's
I would
a good
say
one.
when she was in her prime, but she's never not been in her
She's
prime.
just prime.
I have
She's
the
just
T1.
She's just prime.
I have
Yeah.
the T1000 played by who plays this guy? Who's that? With a third eye.
His name is Special Agent John Doggett, but he
Did he take over?
Say the actor.
He took over when Mulder died.
I believe
How many
so.
go from the
Then
back
I've got
to the
Mulder
front?
and him. Then
Nice.
I've got what looks like Agent Scully between two fence posts, which is a very awkward
Oh, I love
one.
that show, Between Two Fence Posts.
These are just fucking. These are just stills from the fucking TV show.
Yeah, these aren't
These
great.
have lost all their glamour and interest as they are just stills from an old show.
I kind of
Ruby,
fuck
did
with
you ever
it.
watch X-Files?
I did. I loved X-Files.
It's one of those shows that I wish I could watch again for the first time. Like, you know, once you've watched...
Season 8 sucked.
Well, maybe I wouldn't watch as far as season
Guys.
8. Did you ever watch X-Files?
I didn't. The theme song terrified me
It
when I
did
was a
scare me a
child.
lot too.
Oh, yeah. I got Harmless Beggar.
Nice.
That's what's up.
That's
I
what you're
got-
after. You want the harmless one.
I want Harmless Beggar. I got Harmless Beggar.
You got any money? No. All right, have a good day.
I've got Tippett.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He's just
Buddy.
he's just
Power,
chilling.
power on. There are some average cards.
He's
in
doing
there.
some
Yeah.
stuff. I got Low Tech Future. Whoa, that's. I think this is a behind the scenes grab.
That's less sexy than it looked
That's
originally.
awesome.
Kind of weird.
That one's fun.
I got
Power through.
Gross Visage.
That is kind of yuck.
It's kind of yucky. And I got Billy Miles.
Kind of yucky.
Kind of yucky. And I got
Oh, you just got one that's
I
stats.
got a checklist.
Cool.
Wait, so one of the cards is things to look at when you watch the show?
I got a diva.
Who? Wait, that's someone else.
I don't think I got up to season 8.
I genuinely remember it dropping the ball a little bit because
Oh,
they
totally.
were like,
It fell off the
I
rails
got
for
Fight
sure.
the Future on GameCube.
wait, what? I think they just ran
On
out of
GameCube.
fuck. They
There's
just
a
ran
movie,
out of
maybe.
story points.
And
Yeah.
I've got
There are only so many monsters you can have each week.
a big man.
All right,
Big man.
considering these
Greg
getting
Walker.
less interesting as they go on,
I picked a
have
few
you got
that
a
are
fave?
interesting. I've got the unexplained phenomena.
That's same one Ruby has.
Yeah.
There you go. I've got congratulations, which is just a handshake card. It's two people shaking hands.
Handshake card, classic.
I got T1000, but his head's cropped.
Nice. I'll trade you for a Dana Scully.
Because you don't know where that third eye is going to go. Yeah, you can have that one. And I got salvage, which seems to be a man with metal in his head.
A
Other way
metalhead,
around.
even.
Metalhead.
Nick, bring it home.
I got Mulder's grave. It's all over.
You got
apparently.
Mulder's grave?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
When more
that's
dead
one
abductees
I
are brought to
wanted.
life, Mulder's body is unearthed from its grave with slight signs of life.
Oh.
Who could say? I have a very LGBT positive scene for the mid 90s. Two dudes hugging.
Oh, gay.
So don't know what that's about. Haven't seen the show. And
They fuck straight after that.
some dude looking sad in
On
a
the
behind the
In the
scenes
toilet.
green screen situation.
Who thought this was good content? The cards, I mean, not
I kind of
Not
fuck
you,
with
I
it
mean-
though.
It's a fun purchase. This was like I remember there was Star Wars cards and stuff that were just
Yeah.
like screenshots.
We talked the other
from
week, I think, with
film.
Sarah's. I had like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie card. So that same thing. They just had stills from the film,
Yeah.
and occasionally are like, "Man takes off costume to breathe." I'm like, "Oh, that's a rare one." But yeah.
What's a TV show or film you wish you could watch again for the first time?
Oh, I've got more common modern ones. Community, like I watch Community
okay.
and Parks and Recs every year. Once
But
a year.
they're very rewatchable.
That's true. So the one I would go back and watch because it had such an effect on me would be.
Oh.
You know what? No. I saw the other day. I got a Instagram post of a Simpsons scene that I'd never seen before from an early episode.
Oh,
It was
so
the
you gotta
intro
watch
to
the
an
Simpsons
episode
then.
from like season 6 that I just must have never seen, and it was old hand drawn Simpsons that I was like, I've never seen this gag before.
Oh,
And part of
when
me
he
was
sounds like
No, not that old. Like
yeah.
like
Nancy
season
Drew
5.
show.
And point is, I was like,
Whatever
it
that
makes
was.
me sad that I know every scene and every line
Nancy
from
Drew.
that series for like 8 series.
What was the show?
You've lost interest in your
I've lost
question.
it. Well, it's just you had
That's
like
fine.
a 40-minute answer. It could have just been The Simpsons.
You know how I answer
Yeah,
things,
yeah.
Peter.
Not Gravity Falls. Over the Garden Wall.
You talked about that on the show
Yeah,
before.
it's very easy to watch and it takes like an hour to watch it in total. But the whimsy I had with watching that show for the first time, I'd love to be able to watch it for the first time again. But I do still watch it every Halloween.
Yeah. Be Avatar: The Last Airbender for me, I think.
Oh.
Just like primo
God,
child
yeah.
show, but like explored such adult themes in a really child-friendly way. And I think like a mate of mine is working on the new upcoming movie. And I'm just like desperate to like mine his brain for all of the lore stuff that they have going on. But yeah, that would be mine.
Are they retelling in the new film? Or is that
No,
like-
so that there's like sequel series that occur with like new generations of Avatar. So the movie is focused on. I don't think this is something that I'm not allowed to say. The movie is focused on the in-between times between the original
in-between
series and then
times.
the
Peter, you asked
That
the
was my
question.
number 2, by the way, Avatar. My number 1 would be Interstellar.
Oh yeah.
The movie?
I was
Yeah.
going to ask you, Josh. I promise. I have right here. Ask Josh about his
Okay.
favorite thing he'd watch again.
You asked the question, means
I
you
did,
must
but
have had your own answer.
I did because I saw a poster for Midnight in Paris, and I was like, I remember watching that film and it being really exciting because I mean it's Woody Allen, so problematic, but Owen Wilson, Marion Cotillard, and like
keep
he
going
travels
back
back
in
in
the
time.
past.
Yeah, and going back.
What's going
wow!
on?
Oh my god!
Everyone's a good writer.
Is that Yeats?
Wow.
Are you a poet? Oh my god! Wow!
I can't think of any other writers.
Yeah. One and
That's
done.
what you'd pick?
That's why I asked the question because I was like, oh, I gotta
I
watch
can't
that
think
again.
of a good
I
answer.
gotta
I'll
watch that
ask
again.
everyone else. Yeah, fair call.
This isn't me being like, oh, I don't think I've ever watched a Woody Allen movie.
You might
It's not a great time to start.
Yeah. I wasn't like planning on it, but I don't think
He's a real up and
I guess now you're not missing out, right?
Yeah,
That's true.
right.
Yeah.
Like maybe Baby Me kind of was like, this guy's kind of weird.
He seems
Goo goo gaga,
problematic.
you know.
Yep.
Peter, what's
and
on the show?
And Josh, what's yours?
I don't want to answer the question.
Fair. Nice
Yep.
to see you, Josh. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Josh.
Love you.
We've got an interesting show tonight because
Nice
we're
of you to-
taking a very early look at what's coming out next month. We're going to play a segment that's going to make us all rich. And we're going to play a favorite game of 2024, but very quickly. But first, we've got...
Ants was a Woody Allen movie?
Ants is he's the main star of Ants.
Oh,
the
but he
voice.
didn't direct it.
No,
I don't believe
Then
so.
that doesn't count.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know he'd go anywhere
He's
near a
an-
CG film.
No,
Yeah.
but he is like he plays himself as an ant,
Yeah.
whereas he's like famously
like-
kind of New York neurotic, kind of like
Yeah.
all that sort of
Like,
like.
when he did Casino Royale.
Yeah, when he was James Bond in Casino Royale.
But
yeah.
he was Woody Allen as James Bond.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Ruby.
Yep.
Thank
This
you.
hat is really doing number on you.
Isn't it fantastic?
Also, we look very slap and
Yeah.
dash. And very
Tell us
nice.
about the game plan.
Okay, it's the game plan. It's a game plan, baby, and it's brought to us by RhysWild. It's Landau.
Landalf. If you caught the playback.
That's the wrong slice, Josh.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's all. That's it.
I didn't know we could do that.
That is
Just-
Landalf.
Just spin the wheel
Spin.
of Patreons.
I didn't know we could do that either. Yeah, Landau. And with RhysWild's sponsored segment, we get him to take us to the wild with a sound from the wild, and we have to guess what the animal is that made that sound
From the wild.
from the wild. And it's RhysWild, and it's sponsored by RhysWild.
Who?
To the wild.
So isn't that wild? Josh, take us to the wild.
Seal.
What?
Well, this
That's
is,
a person.
this
I'll
is-
play
Once
one more
more?
time.
Once
Yeah.
more, please.
Okay. I have it.
Okay.
Go for it.
We're in a Jeep Wrangler
Okay.
tan
Yeah.
in the Serengeti. there's a big cat on the roof of the car.
It's not bad.
It's scratching at the door, trying to get in. People are concerned. The person leading the tour fires a shot into the air to scare the cat away. Someone thinks they're shooting the cat, so they go, no!
Josh? I'll take Peter's answer, but replace the cat.
No, you had seal and it was wrong.
Oh, son of a...
Dog shooting a gun.
Damn it! That would have been sick.
That's-
Yeah, right.
And
That's
the
actually-
dog also says,
That's
no!
actually sick. That's actually sick and the closest one yet, but no.
Oh,
Is it sentient dynamite?
Ooh, no.
aw, I would have liked
But that's
that.
pretty cool too.
Sentient dynamite. I have such a bright future. No!
The bee, like a bee.
All right, what was it? Show us
Rhino
off.
hippo. Oh, is
It's
it his
another
car?
rock. Oh, that's just sick.
That's just enjoyable.
That's
Oh,
just a
that's
cool
the
rock.
wild.
That's just
It's
a
pretty
rock.
fucking cool.
That's so
That
cool.
is cool.
This strikes me as one of those things that would get shared
Wow.
on the TikToks and the
It's a
Instagrams
rock.
as like a like what you think boys are thinking about, and then what
What
boys
they're
are
actually
actually
thinking
thinking
about.
about, and it's like rock falling.
Show my
rock
age.
falling.
Irresponsible.
I don't know that anyone pushed that.
Why?
I think I see a lot of people throwing big rocks off bridges these
Why
days.
irresponsible?
Don't know who's down there. You never know who's around there. Makes a big
There might be a
noise.
merman down there.
I'm just saying, check before you roll your rocks. You get that
I
one
think
for
that's
free.
a good.
Yeah.
I think,
Wow.
Before you roll your rocks.
I didn't know-
Buzzkill Gus here to tell you how to not have fun
I think
in a
that's. I
national
think that's a
park.
great rule to live by.
Thank you so
I
much.
didn't know we were doing
You-
a game of life tonight.
I like having. I like a pocket. I like a pocket.
A pocket
card as
Anderson,
well.
Gillian
a pocket
Anderson.
man.
Pocket Anderson.
She peeks out there.
Nice.
All right,
Yeah.
game plan, Ruby. Take
All
us there.
right, it's
Pocket grave.
time for the game plan. We didn't have the chance to do a March one, so let's just fuck March off.
Arguably, we had ample chance to do it. We forgot.
Yeah, we've got.
Let's be real with our
Whoops.
audience. Why would we lie to these beautiful people? Look
Yeah.
how gorgeous they are.
Look at
Yeah.
us, though.
Hear me out. Hear me out. We didn't have the chance because we forgot. Yeah.
Hey.
So we're doing April, baby, the best month in the world. It's my birthday month. And we're going to start with the big games. The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Much like every PS4 game remastered for the PS5, The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is getting its PC port a few months after its initial console release. There's not much else I can tell you except that it's The Last of Us Part 2 and it's remastered. It's coming to PC on April 4th. South of Midnight is a third-person action-adventure set in a gothic reimagining of the Deep South, where protagonist Hazel is called to become a weaver, a magical mender of broken bonds and spirits. It's the first game from developers behind We Happy Few, Compulsion Games, since they were acquired by Xbox. This one's coming on PC and Xbox on April 9th. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, is the newest entry in a classic arcade fighting game and the first new entry in the Fatal Fury series in 26 years. Has a standard 2D movement play arcade mode as well as a single-player mode called Episodes of Southtown, which features RPG mechanics and allows players to unlock extra customization and skills for their chosen character. It's coming out on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and it's coming out on April 24th. The 100 Line Last Defense Academy is a strategy role-playing adventure game where 15 students are tasked with defending their school from grotesque monsters for 100 days. And if you thought this was a Danganronpa game, you wouldn't be too far off, as it's being made by the creator Kazutaka Kodaka's new studio, Tukio Games. Like Tokyo, but Tukio. It's coming out on PC and Nintendo Switch on April 24th. And finally, Days Gone Remastered. It's the new and improved version of the critically all-right PlayStation 4 exclusive from Bend Studio. Maybe a fresh new coat of paint will be good for this one to get another chance from critics and audiences alike. It's got improved graphical fidelity, DualSense controller support, new accessibility features, a new survival arcade mode called Horde Assault, a speedrun mode, a permadeath mode, and an enhanced photo mode. Broken Road DLC will also be releasing on PC on the same day, which adds all those new features to the standard PC game for a pretty reasonable $10-ish. Doesn't seem like they're doing the few months later move that PlayStation usually does, but this one's coming out on PlayStation on April 25th. Now moving in quickly to the little games. Koira, is a puzzle adventure game where you traverse a musical forest with your puppy. It's coming out on PC and PlayStation on April 1st. Merchant 64 is a retro-inspired traveling merchant game all about buying low and selling high. It's coming out on PC, also on April 1st. Mojica, The Truth Rears Its Ugly Head is a mystery visual novel where you play as a tormented teenage Uggo with the power to read minds. And you use it to get revenge on girls that were mean to you. It's coming out on PC, also on April 1st. Oddventure, which is coming out in early access, is a lore-rich turn-based RPG set in a cursed fairy tale world and is very clearly a love letter to the Mother/Earthbound series. It's coming out on PC on April 4th. And finally, Tempopo is an adorable rhythm-based puzzle game developed by Brisbane-based Witchbeam, who made indie hit Unpacking. And we had a little go of this during our Steam demo segment a few weeks ago. It's coming out on PC on April 18th. So we got some big old games and some little old games.
Little new games. All new and not old. But
All new.
One was old.
Oh, yeah. One was old.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really interested in South of Midnight. I think from the first trailer, just visually really striking.
Yeah.
And the closer we get, I think it's established interesting characters early as well. So I hope there's a lot of substance here. And I'm third person action adventure. Like that's kind of my jam these days.
It
So.
got a pretty widely publicized preview session about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they were all mid to very positive. Like there was everyone in that range, but no one was giving it that whole like, oh, it just missed its shot kind of thing. And people saying like, yeah, the strongest aspects of the writing, this animation style is like
There's something about that frame rate that is just making me feel claymation.
it's weird, isn't it?
In a
Because
way.
it's not just add numbers on animating on twos, but it's like there has to be design behind it. It can't
You
just
even
be
see the movement of how she walks as well.
totally,
as
but
it's
it
very
can't just be you slow down the frame interpolation and make it slower. It's like there has to be design behind it that feels like there's handcraftedness, and this has all of that as well. And yeah, I just think like this world feels very unexplored.
Yeah.
Totally. That I think it stands out to me the most is how I feel like I haven't seen. There's plenty of gothic games. There's some kind of like deep South America games,
Shadow Man was like a game on the N64 and got a PC re-release that was like playing in this kind of I don't want to typecast any areas
Gothic
or region.
swamp.
Gothic swamp that had like it had kind of voodoo and sort of mythic lore from that region, but like I don't know where this is taking that story, but it's unexplored for video games in
Yeah.
a way that it should. Yeah.
And with Compulsion, like We Happy Few had its problems, but visually was like designed in a way I haven't seen in any
had a
other
very
game.
cool style.
It just didn't know what kind of game it wanted
It just
to
didn't know what
be.
kind of game it wanted to
Yeah.
be, but this seems like a game that
Totally.
knows what it wants to be. It's got a very clear vision, which is also quite unique, and I'm freaking
This
excited
feels like a
for
full
it.
weekender. Like I'm gonna go. I sit down on a Friday night, and then it's Sunday. I'm like, I'm trying to finish this because it just like I love that third person action.
Am I the only one getting like Kena Bridge of Spirits vibes?
Yeah,
from
I
this?
see that from the magic.
Swamp of Spirits.
I loved Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah, it was
I
great.
think it got criticized for not having enough, and I was like, one, it's their first game. Two, shut up, I like it.
Yeah, it was just from a gameplay perspective a little bit uninspired, but it was a gorgeous game. I don't think anyone could deny
This
it
is
was
hanging.
probably the best.
This looks
game
like it's
that year.
hanging a bunch of its playtime on fun traversal, and I
Yeah.
fucking hang my hat on
The
a
fact
game
that it's a
I just
triple
go,
jump, you know.
triple jump,
And
glide,
glide.
and a grapple. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Also,
they-
I love cool monster design. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I
Very
love
cool.
cool monster design. Yeah, this one looks
got fish.
absolutely sick.
Big fish
See,
fan.
I'm
You love
as an Undertale appreciator as well as an Earthbound appreciator. I'm very excited for Oddventure. I know it's one coming out in early access. I'm excited to see like how it continues to grow, but from what I've seen, the art style is, of course, as you look at it, very up my alley.
Earthbound.
There hasn't been a new Earthbound game since Mother 3, and that one did not come out here. The next best thing we had was Undertale, and then since then, there's been some really good stuff here and there. but I'm excited to give this one a big fat go.
There was a game I played that I put a lot into that was a father-daughter father-daughter Earthbound like dystopian one that had a cool anime opening sequence, and she had powers, and it was like
They're on a train.
oh yes, and they were
was-
moving between areas. Chad will remember it, I'm sure. But
That sounds awesome.
I'm trying to remember if you played it. I'll show you the trailer afterwards. But it had that same
Eastwood.
Kind of, thank you, Barry.
Yeah,
Did you play any of
Eastwood.
that?
I played a little bit of it. It
Eastwood,
was really
Eastwood
cool.
had a sort of dull mechanics, but like the story and the world were wonderful, which is what these kind of games tend to like
Yeah.
rely on heavily. Because
I haven't had one grab me as much as Undertale. Maybe no, it was Undertale for me, and then Knuckle Sandwich grabbed me.
You should play Eastwood. You'll cry.
I should
so
have a
much,
go at
like
it.
in a good way. And I only got like 2/3 of the way through that game, and I still was
sick.
just like it was rough, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Nick, anything grab your fancy?
Yeah, look, I'm going to be kind of basic, but it's been half a decade and I haven't touched it since, but I think I'm ready to do The Last of Us Part 2 again.
Yeah.
Has it
And
been half a decade?
It has been. It came out in April of 2020.
Yeah.
And I just emotionally, for this, the PC release, I'm most looking forward to playing it on my Steam Deck, I think.
That's fair.
I played Last of Us Part 1 remastered on my Steam Deck, and that experience was like shockingly good.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
And yeah, I mean, this is just in anticipation of season 2 of the show coming back, also in April.
Yeah, it's very
Very
it must
soon?
Be. It
Would
must be
you
the same day. They must
Dare
aim
you
for
do
that.
what I did a little bit with one, and a lot
Dare
of people
he
did.
do
Dare
what-
you do what
Dare
I
you
did, which is like watch the app, play the game, watch the app, play the game. I did
That's
that
a
for.
good idea.
I did it for like maybe.
It's
I
like
did
the
it for
first half of the season you were keeping
I did
up.
for the first half. I was playing each level based or getting up to where they left the game each time, and it was a really good experience. I really enjoyed
Right.
it.
If it matches, if the show matches the game in that,
The only thing I've
sense?
heard is that the series is stretching out over 2 more seasons. The second game, from what I've heard, they've said like, yeah, they're going to be.
I believe it will also be intercut as opposed to one story than the other.
That makes
I mean,
more
just
of-
from a televisual perspective,
Yeah,
that's kind
yeah.
of what you would do. I assume. I actually
Between
haven't
Ellie
done
and
any reading.
Joel, right?
Exactly. yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Between Ellie and
Right.
Joel.
yep,
They all lived happily ever golf club.
They love to go golfing.
such golf.
That's such a good call because that game is perfect in my head. It's perfect because one exists. You know, it's just like such an interesting place to take that story, and it went on for so long, and the exhaustion of it felt earned.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it was such a like meta experience, even though it wasn't like it wasn't at its surface trying to be that. It was just. I just think the game design is so clever and how you are so emotionally impacted in the same way that the characters kind of are.
Yeah. I feel like everyone who, everyone who played it really had to push through it, right?
Yeah.
You pushed through it because, you didn't want to be spoiled. It was like brand new. It was all like happening. Everyone was talking about it. But at the same time, it was just like, you had to see that story through to the end. Like it's been a long time since I played a game that was so emotionally affecting in that way.
Be interesting to see how it feels the second time around. You're right about the slog because it's like in remembering how I played that game, and no spoilers, there's definitely chunks of it that I remember hitting thinking I don't want to keep doing this or I don't want to be here anymore, but that was the journey I was on. And so I'd be curious to see how it feels the second time, knowing that you spend some time here and moving on and where it eventuates, and not just how it ends, but like I do recall the kind of final act going, why am I here?
Yeah.
And that was an experience. I'm not going to have that same one when I play it, but I'm definitely going to still feel shadows of that kind of like, I remember how I felt when I was here the first time energy. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys.
Look, I'll lower the bar a little bit when it comes to zombie apocalypse games. I have a weird relationship with how I played Days Gone, which is that I think I share a lot of people's sentiment about this game, which is that it is super polished and super ambitious. It just kind of missed the mark with the characters and the story. But everything else about this game screams like, you know, a real polished experience. The environments, the zombies, just everything about it was really polished. They just dropped the ball on these really unlikable, at least for me. And then like Peter and I were working at the ABC like when it was being promoted, and we were kind of like tongue in cheek, poking a bit of fun at how like light and stupid it was.
Does that video still exist?
I'm sure it does. Me singing a song as Deacon St. James or whatever. But it's like its story took itself super seriously, and that was what the worst part of it was. I really want to get in there and play it again. The game has actually been doing a lot of, well, at least my algorithm has been pushing, a lot of people play it modded as a non-Deacon character.
Oh, okay.
Just enjoying the open world, going out there as these like elite zombie killers and running like horde mode kind of mode. So I think that's where the game will thrive. So I want to give it another shot. It was very feature heavy in the sense that it had so much extra stuff that wasn't interesting. It was like go and raid and collect supplies and bring them home, where it's like, what I'm trying to say is I think the story was the worst part of it, and they've now added all these modes because they're like, technically, this is still a marvel of a game that was like on parity with some of the other PlayStation exclusives. So I hope that there's a world in which I can just enjoy that open world, that kind of Midwest. Oh, it's more northern, isn't it? It's like that sort of South Alaskan kind of environment that it just is beautiful, and I want to enjoy. We will watch that at
5 minutes 50 in that link in live chat. Sound on.
Yellowstone, but with zombies, says Mitch.
I remember that. I
gonna
remember
need a bit
that
of
game
time.
being like. I remember no game doing those hordes like Days Gone.
And
That is the one
and again,
credit
they're
that I have
saying
to
this
give it.
like when they promoted it and when we watched it at E3, that was the thing to go, holy shit, I want to experience that. And those moments in the game in the open world are like you find a hive and you go, oh, it has like some like I Am Legend level of like I'm gonna creep through here, pick something up and run out.
Yeah,
it just happened to have all these kind of like government conspiracies and where's my wife and all this kind of stuff that was really like just felt.
Where's my wife?
Where'd she go?
Hello, where's my wife?
And yeah, I never really, and sorry, just to bring it back to that point, I never really got my time with it at the start. We played a little bit for a hands-on. I played a little bit as a demo to write a video about. I played a little bit when I finally got a copy. I never actually had my like full 78 hours of, am I enjoying this? So I'm going to do it with that one.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Do we
Have we
wanna
got
watch
that
this?
video ready?
Just one more minute.
So, for context, briefly, Peter and I were working at the ABC in the death throes of good game, making online-only content, which
That was
allowed us to do...
2018?
Yeah.
So the show had been cancelled at the end of 2016.
Just wrapped up. Just say it got wrapped up.
No, it got
It got cancelled. And they let me hide in a cupboard and make online-only content, and I dragged Pete in to write it. And
Was
be
that the
like,
next year? I feel like there was a big gap.
I think I did 1 year of Spawny, and then I got a
Yeah,
got the
and it
chance
was
to
like,
make
give us
some...
a chance to make some adult
Go
content
look at the
again.
old GG Online stuff if you can find it on YouTube.
It's all on ABC
It's all
Gamers
fucking great.
YouTube.
Like, we worked really
What was
hard.
the time code?
Yeah. I think it's 5:50 is where you want to start that video.
And we did a hands-on preview with Days Gone, and then at the end of it, Peter, I walked into the office and he went, I've written a song. I need you to perform
I've
it.
written a song.
And I was like, okay.
A poem came to me in a dream.
For Days Gone. Now for a bit of country culture, please welcome Deacon St. John Denver to play us out. Almost all dead. Pacific Northwest.
We're layered.
The human race turning into undead.
Peter wrote these.
Life is precious unless you're a redneck. Shoot them in their faces, no one gives a heck.
Nice.
Country road, Deacon St. John, stretch your face. Boozman's done
Oh, Boozman, he sucks.
for all the freakers. Please just end this. Days are gone. Country road.
That was
You were fucking up for
beautiful.
anything.
I was like, I don't care anymore. No one's watching
Post
this
it. Who
shit.
gives a shit?
That was like, it was a fun time because we were just like making content. We should talk about this
Do
in
we
the
even
post show.
send
but-
it to anyone to get published? They're
No,
like, whatever.
no one. Yeah. It was
There
the
was some other good
precursor
stuff,
to the
but also
Toggle
that
Rap.
was there. Anyway, I'm going to play Days Gone.
That's beautiful. But before that, we're going to talk about what we've been playing.
Please, make it end.
Skibby dibby dibby dabba 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 dabba.
Oh.
That was my scatting.
That was
What
good.
we've all
You're a
been
good
playing
Yeah.
is where we talk about the games that we've all been playing this week, and it's brought to us by the one, the only, Nicrotex.
It's me.
The kitty himself. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for sponsoring the segment.
Thanks for having me.
And we read
Kitty.
a tweet from... No, we don't do that anymore.
let's not.
With that. No, when we have a segment sponsored by Nicrotex, we do a screenshot in the dark, one of your many Pocket Pals games that we've poached, stolen, called our own. So, you should know this one?
Theoretically, I did make this video, but I think it's 3 years old at this
Your
point.
memory's not what it once
So,
was.
yeah, I'm not
All right.
100% sure.
Josh, please answer if you... Okay, Chef Feckle.
Oh, I know what that is. Nick.
No, you can't
Yeah,
play.
you can. Yeah, of course you can.
No, I shouldn't.
It's a.
Wait, Ruby,
Yeah, Ruby, go first if you know.
Wind Waker.
It is Wind Waker.
I was gonna say,
Yay!
those
Yes.
are Zelda trees
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I just didn't know.
I
which
reckon-
one.
I'd like
Guys
to
with
see
spikes.
I'd like to see the rest of them, please.
Is that in the great? Is it in the Great Deku Tree?
Yeah, it would be.
Or like in
Yes,
that area?
Around.
Yeah.
4
yeah.
points is a dead giveaway.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
that one called?
Yeah, look,
No,
these are all the
that's-
really
it's
early
not
ones. I need to give
Outset
Josh
Island. It
the later
Outset
ones
Island's
where
where you start.
I'll get your actual system working at some point. Yeah.
That's one of my
Amazing.
favorites. Oh, hi, Montaigne.
Montaigne!
Hey.
Hello!
Love ya. Mwah.
Speaking
have a
of
rest.
Windfall
fans
Island.
of Zelda, Windfall Island, very good.
That's the one. One of the best tracks.
Oh.
This is like this goes up and up in my list of favorite Zelda games year on year. I
It's
think
my-
about it more and more fondly each year.
It's my favorite one, hands
I
down.
hate it.
Really?
No, I just never
Oh,
played
you
it.
fucking-
I know. Right?
PT to piss people off with this opinion.
Favorite song from Wind Waker?
Dragon Roost Island.
Dragon Roost Island.
Yeah.
Grandma's theme.
Oh, yep.
Grandma's Roost.
Grandma's Roost Island theme.
We love that. All right, we'll go around the couches and talk about the games we've been playing this week. Ruby, you're going to kick it off because you're playing a game that is the newest, the freshest,
It's
the biggest.
so new. It's so fresh. So new and fresh.
What is it?
It's Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Hey.
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed 2. So there's your context for my experience with this one. Obviously, you've got dual protagonists, Yasuke and Naoe. Yasuke is the first historical figure to ever, real historical figure to ever be a protagonist in an Assassin's Creed game. He is, the famous black samurai who worked under Nobunaga. And as well, you've got Naoe, who is a vengeful shinobi who's on a quest for revenge after her town is destroyed. And you start the game as Yasuke in a long-ass cutscene, which I actually didn't mind. This was, you really start in the Animus?
Yep.
I almost said anime. You start in the anime, which of course has the lady robot voice telling you, memories, shit like that. And then you jump right into a memory, if you didn't know. And I found this story, this big old starting scene to be quite enthralling. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game for so long because the games kind of just didn't really, the stories themselves didn't really jump out to me as like, I need to give this a red hot go. But I find the story of Yasuke really interesting. I was also keen to see how they would do a female shinobi, and really, really well.
Good.
Really, really well. Of course, it kind of it has a kind of choices matter approach in these cutscenes. You have the option to say certain things. That like you, for example, you could start speaking Japanese if you wanted to, or you can stay silent. I chose speak Japanese. But anywho, it was a long ass cutscene that gave you a good idea of how Yasuke came to start working under the Bunga. And then, wait, this was you guys playing,
this
right?
is us playing.
Yeah, great.
You're playing both the characters and you're being tutorialized on both.
Yeah, but
How
you start with Yasuke.
Totally, yeah.
And so it shows you that and then goes, oh, this memory's broken. Let's jump 6 months later. And I was like, okay. So you become the samurai. My experience, once again, with Assassin's Creed is not like super in depth.
Sure.
So when I played as Yasuke, I knew that that's not a normal Assassin's Creed experience because generally you are quite sneaky. Meanwhile, he's more of a tanky guy. And I didn't mind it so much. I like being big and tough. I thought it was a joy. I like having lots of strength. But once you come out of the opening Yasuke part, the vast majority of the prologue covers Naoe's opening sequence, her context, the reason why you follow her throughout the game.
And they're connected, right? Like the opening Yasuke beat sets
Yes.
up her story.
Because you,
Skip a bit, Josh.
upon
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, this.
upon finishing Yasuke's opening fighting scene in which you are thwarting a village, you get thrown over to Naoe's perspective, and that's your village. That's your villagey that is pillaging, you know?
So there's a narrative reason that these two come into contact and start working together. I don't want you to spoil that because I've seen that already in the trailers,
So,
and
I'm
intrigued by how that
I
comes
haven't
to-
gotten up to the part where they actually meet yet.
Okay.
I've with I had a bit of limited time, but I finished the prologue so far, and yes, I do plan to finish this game because I heard that it's not 150 hours long, and I'm very, very excited for that.
Totally, yeah.
I like a game that I can finish, and when I saw my best friend Phoebe's playtime on, I think Odyssey
was
I
huge.
lost my mind.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
not interested in that at all, but this one seems a lot more achievable, and I'm super keen for that. But yeah, you jump right into Naoe, you play the majority of the prologue as her, and this definitely felt more like a sneaky assassin vibe, with what being a shinobi and all.
Yeah.
And it feels great.
So the Assassin's Creed games since Origins have been in this new engine and have kind of had this new design philosophy of big. They brought it back with the latest one, which was Mirage, to a kind of 15, 20-hour experience because they got out of hand, arguably, with games like Odyssey and Valhalla, which were hundreds of hours. But the combat in those, because it was big open world as opposed to a more narrow streets European setting, became a little more combat focused, like Yasuke feels.
Yeah.
To me, I started playing and I was like, oh yeah, this is how they've been feeling. And then as soon as you change to this character, I was like,
Oh, it's classic.
oh, that's interesting.
Oh, it's
Not even
classic.
classic. It's not like it feels. It feels.
really?
I think she feels more lithe than I've ever felt an assassin
Yes.
feel.
She's
it's
prone,
way cooler.
she's faster, she's
Yeah.
all these kind
She
of
feels
things.
light.
She
Yeah.
feels
Which I
like, and it might
really
just be because
enjoy.
you've just been playing the
Yeah.
heavier fighter. But yeah, she feels really cool to just move around the world.
Yeah,
with.
big time.
It's getting positive reviews that people are saying this feels like a good step for the series to go. It is interesting to look at, again, the resources they've had, the history of the game they've had, to really be like, this has some real Goldilocks syndrome, which is that, like, you're right, Odyssey and Valhalla, too much, too big, heavy combat, not much assassinating and that kind of vibes. And then Mirage, which I think everyone was very excited by. It definitely wasn't a misstep, but it didn't have the lasting power that people thought it was going to do, that it was going to have the return to the origins of what that game is. I think people realized that it had outgrown that. I feel like now we're hitting in that real sweet spot now of them going, okay, we found out with Shadows that we are going to try and have our cake and eat it too. We're going to create juxtaposing character styles. We're going to have a medium-sized campaign. You're going to be fast and stealthy. You're going to be heavy, and we're just going to give you everything we know we've ironed out to work in the series, which from a design perspective feels a bit messy, but I think that's where they've landed. Like
They've done the siblings with the Syndicate.
They've just tried everything and
Yeah.
gone, okay, what are the best parts from all of these? And this is it. And then the funniest part is that I think I remember from Black Flag had a moment in the Animus early on where you were working in a video game development company, which was the guise of the stepping into the Animus. And one of the opening cutscenes showed you opening a user interface of all the other Assassin's Creed games that were fictional within the universe. And one of them sat there and it was, I'm going to get it wrong, it was Assassin's Creed Ninja or Assassin's Creed Japan. And everyone went, why are they not making that? And we're talking from Black Flag.
Yeah,
era.
yeah, totally, yeah.
So this is the longest running kind of like, why
Where
has
is
not-
it?
Where the hell has this been?
It goes even before that. Like, they've been teasing the Japan version of Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed 1. There is a scene in
Really?
Assassin's Creed 1 where Desmond walks into his bedroom and sees like kanji all over the walls.
Oh, shit.
And that was when it was like he's like bleeding through to all of the other assassins
yeah.
and seeing hints back to that. So it's like, this is one of those things where I've been like on tenterhooks with this because it's like, this is the one that I've been waiting for since, like 2007 or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, it feels like it has the potential to really get it right.
And arguably a little late to the party in terms of games creating their like stories in this universe, or sorry, this time in history.
Japan.
Yeah, and again, I'm making broad sweeping sort of statements there of like there's definite eras that other games have played in, but like it does feel like we've been playing games that have been riding the kind of Japanese ancient Japan kind of wave for a bit. So are they too late? I don't know. Like
No.
Enough said.
Because I really don't think anybody's done it like this. And I say like when I say like this, I kind of mean specifically Naue. The sneaky shinobi. I think it's done because they have the Assassin's Creed history on their side of knowing how to do sneaky, stealthy, just right. It feels like this is just like a perfect fit.
You could say
and also, I will say as well, I'm kind of glad that it came out now because it is so picturesque. Anywhere you look, you see this like beautiful old Japanese horizon, and it's just gorgeous, like otherworldly.
The obvious comparison is obviously Ghost of Tsushima that everyone's referenced
famously.
as having all of that beautiful landscape, having the sort of
I was just being a dickhead.
having the same kind of like there is an element of stealth to them and stuff. It's great though that this series can go, look, we were doing it back then. We're finally adapting this time period and this era to it. So yes, there are obvious comparisons. There are things that the other game does better than this one, I'm sure still. But I think this gets a hall pass to be like, okay, we've known Assassin's Creed is like what? That's still appropriate.
A hall pass is just for fucking, right?
Is it?
Other than going to the toilet.
Okay. It gets a... I'm going to look that
You
up
can
in
just
the
say
ad
pass.
Yeah,
It gets a pass.
I think all pass is just for fucking.
I think so.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I've been
pretty
using
sure.
that wrong for a while.
No.
Point being is this gets a pass to go to the bathroom because it's not a shit game.
I have one complaint about it.
Please.
Okay.
So far. But like I'm really, really enjoying it and I can't wait to play more of it. I'm playing in immersive mode because it makes sense. They are in Japan. They should speak Japanese.
Yep.
I don't mind reading subtitles. I learned how to read last week. Huge step for me.
It's been a massive step.
It's been a massive step. Really helped with my work. But the only problem is that it really depends on scene by scene because the immersive mode means that everyone's speaking in Japanese except for when, the priests were there and they were speaking Portuguese. Were you looking up the Urban Dictionary use of hall pass?
Go on.
Great. So the like all the cutscenes are in Japanese. My problem is that so far, maybe about half of the cutscenes, you very clearly see the characters mouthing English words.
Oh no.
And
The opposite of
but
often when you play like a dragon or something where you put English dubs on and it's like, oh, this has been synced for Japanese dialogue.
And like that's fine because sometimes you just you kind of want to do it, but like have it be one way or the other because sometimes they do mocap for one and then they do it for the other and it just kind of goes back and forth and it kind of broke immersion for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I now need to play it in like English, quote unquote.
We
dub
should
just for that.
point out we were playing pre-release code as well.
Yeah.
So that may have been fixed for day one. Like it might
would
have just
love
been
that.
It might have just been something that they were working on still
Yeah.
because it
It
feels
might have
like
been updated.
That's
Yeah.
end dev cycle polish stuff.
True.
Yeah.
So don't know that that's in the final release, but yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I'm intrigued for you to get to, which is the reason I do want to pick this one up, is there was they talked about in pre-release, there's a kind of village builder mode as a, I don't know how optional it is and how much it's part of the main storyline quest, but a big part of it is bringing resources back. And I know there was a big part of that in Valhalla. There was kind of like resources would return to your village, but I think here there is quite literally a city builder that you, or a village builder that is quite tranquil in the sense that you're building old Japanese architecture and like, you know, fountains and areas for your Shibu Inu dogs, and like it's got a very for lack of a better term Zen-like quality to like, oh, you have your village and your base that you build up, which I saw in the promo and went like, fuck, that looks great. I want a little bit of that between my assassinating.
I will say I'm very excited. I've been very excited to talk about this one because another thing I like about it, which maybe people won't agree with,
Sure.
because maybe they like that Assassin's Creed games are really super open world and go anywhere you want to explore. That's not the kind of game that I'm into, and I really, really liked that this game opens with like accessibility options of like difficulty level, immersive mode on or off, and then also pretty much the option to make the game more linear, which I really liked.
I saw a pathway little leader
it
there
gives you a
before.
pathway option. It gives you the waypoints at the top. It gives you, you know, your quests and like quest markers, which I am a big fan of because I don't I'll explore a little bit, but ultimately I like a game that I can start and finish. And because, you know, I got to play
Like
a lot
Hello
of them.
Kitty Island
Like
Adventure.
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
I really needed this game to not have the Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla mentality to it.
Yeah.
It
Because
is an
I'm one of
option,
those people
which
that
is great.
can't, like,
Yeah.
I
even
see
start.
items on a map and I just have to. The first time I played Origins, and then I zoomed out the map and saw all of the icons, and then I realized I could zoom out yet again. I was like, oh
Yeah.
no. And that was the first Assassin's Creed I ever put down.
I'm intrigued to see not how much more you played this, but just what your experience is beyond this opening cover.
I will probably not only like I'm definitely returning to it, but I will probably come on the show again to talk about it
Nice.
again
Done.
because
Yeah.
I'm so keen to keep on playing this.
You should come back next week.
Oh, hey, I think you should come back next week too.
Bring a new hat.
He won't be.
Come back next week.
Oh yeah,
I get a hall pass to come back next week.
Yes.
But
Oh, this is awkward.
Cool.
yeah,
You can leave whenever you like.
and close the door on your way out.
We were sent code for that game as
Yeah.
well, so we were playing preview code. They also sent us this, which is like not the game, but probably Ubisoft in Australia are a wonderful team, and we've had a good relationship with them for a long time.
gorgeous.
But they always send us these, and they're always amazing. They just capture motion so well. Look at that.
Yeah, it's truly.
They're going to
unreal.
last until we put it into storage and bring it back out, and suddenly you'll watch it over the weeks to come, where there'll be less of that sword will disappear.
Yeah.
Her foot will snap off.
Well-
not a testament to the build quality, more to our treatment.
Where
of
we
these
throw
things.
them in a tub over there when
Yep.
other jobs come through.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say if I finish this game and I really, really love it, maybe it won't be in the studio anymore.
All right, you finish the game before we break that. You can have it.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool. Assassin's Creed
Wait,
Shadows.
does that mean that you're keeping the broken thing?
Yeah.
Fine
Yeah.
with me.
Done. Cool. I'll talk about the game that I played a little bit of, actually a lot of. I checked out a game called The Midnight Murder Club, which is a PvP murder in the dark game that's on PC and P.
Is that you, Peter?
Excuse me?
I said, is that you, Peter?
Is that you, Peter?
In
Yeah,
the
you're
game.
playing
I
one of
usually
these
play
fucking
these.
midnight murder games.
That's true. I've now taken
Give me the single and Gus can talk.
There it is. Please don't. I have taken on the mantle of playing these new... I mean, this is actually less of a Peter game because it's more to do with killing your friends and not working together with them. And it turns out I'm better at killing my friends. Midnight Murder Club is a PvP game set in an old spooky mansion where you and your teammates are equipped with a torch and a pistol, and that's about it. You both run around in pitch black, and the idea being is that in the basic game mode, your goal is to rack up kills and to avoid your friends using proxy voice chat and hiding in the dark. It's a simple concept, and it works brilliantly well. There's an amazing level of tension hiding in the dark and realizing that your location is given up the second you fire your pistol, based both off a muzzle flash, but also a tracer in a certain color that shows people where you've shot from, and so suddenly chaos erupts. The proxy voice is a huge player in this, both in giving away your location and hearing the screams of people in this very large single map in the game as you run around between rooms. There's a light story of kind of a cultish sort of like you're being not indoctrinated, you're being initiated into a club where they all wear spooky masks, and there's probably weird sex stuff and hall passes happening, but for now it's just a murder game. And I jumped on and played this both just as a casual game, but also on the Monday stream, and played with a bunch of back pocketeers, and we had a hoot playing a couple of the game modes. First and foremost, just the free for all is brilliant. Great way to get started. There's a team mode where obviously you play in teams of 2. There is a very, I guess, like ambitious. What would you call it, Nick? You played some of this with me.
Yep.
It was sort of like a gain, collect golden skulls and cash them in.
Yep.
So there's it's just not a tacked on mode. There's one where at the start of the round, you and your teammate have to open safes marked with a 1 and collect parts of a golden skull. If you combine them together, you cash them in for more. After a certain amount of time, a bunch of 3 safes are open around the map, and you are treated to Claire de Lune. Suddenly plays, which is like wonderfully haunting.
Especially because everyone has guns and is running towards all the vaults together.
It's wild.
Brilliant.
It kind of has this like throwback to Ocean's 11 meets kind of like a weird sick murder movie. And you cash them in, and then you move on to open the boxes marked 2 and 3 accordingly as the safes open each time. There's a mode where one of you is a devil in a devil's mask who has night vision and everyone else doesn't, and it's 1 verse I think it was 1 verse 4 at one point, and they have to destroy totems and using just the regular torches and the pistols, and one person is running around with night vision and a voice modifier that makes them sound like the devil. So they're running around with glowing red eyes, and
which I did not realize the first time we played.
It was fantastic.
So you were pretending you're playing it cool?
Yeah, no, I was just like running around being like, guys, stop destroying my totems.
But it came through, it's like, guys, stop destroying my totems.
And it wasn't until we played it again, and I think Gus was the murderer, that I heard the voice filter for the first time, and I was like, I would have sounded like such a fucking idiot.
No, you sounded great.
Guys.
And it's the other team's goal to destroy a bunch of things around the totem. And then finally, there's a mode in there they've chucked in, which is an experimental card game where everyone picks up card modifiers for the round and plays them before each game. And they include things like big head mode, bodies explode like flashbangs on death, everyone drops a bear trap when they die.
Is that kind of like Frag Punk?
Look, I guess it kind of is, but better, because you all are in a lobby playing these cards at the start thinking like, you're basically, someone plays a card and you're like, well, I'm going to fuck you up playing my card. But it is chaos. It is an experimental mode. And
stand still and you catch fire. Like
it's amazing. Which, when comboed with standing in a bear trap, you're bound to burst into fire. And then add the everyone bursts into a light when they die. You stand in a bear trap, you catch on fire, and then you go off like a flashbang. So they are playing around with how those modifiers work. And that led to probably the biggest lols and the best fun in the game. But again, at its core, this game, if you just played the free-for-all with some friends in the dark, the sound design, the map design, which you could argue is probably a bit too big, but I think that's what leads to the tension of hiding in the dark and hearing things in the distance. We all talked about potentially being like, oh, maybe there should be a smaller map with more of us, but you just end up with a kind of moment-to-moment shooter like a COD or something where you're just all firing for the hell of it. Here you are all hiding and using your voice to stalk people, and it's amazing what it adds to the tension of just a competitive shooter.
Did it feel like you were playing like a Warzone-y kind of like extraction game?
No,
in any sense?
No, it just felt more thought out than we originally thought when we started the other modes, because we considered that we thought the free-for-all was what they put all their eggs in that basket, so everything else here is a bonus. But that, this extraction mode, I guess what you'd call it, the fact that it had timed safes, 3 stages of safes, combining the loot, not quite that plunder from Warzone level, but just interesting that they put some thought into it. We found out that the developers of this, Velen Studios, they have the most interesting track record of game development. The game they made before this one, or at least the nearest game they've made before this,
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Mario Kart IRL, the camera on the
Mario Kart.
Oh, cool.
They made that. They've made this. There was another one.
They did
in
a
their catalog.
game for MetaQuest, and then they did an iOS game before that. And
my
it's
God.
like, the
The
it's
developers
crazy.
are just clearly like, we have an idea or we know someone we want to work with. And this definitely feels like high-end game jam. Like it feels like an idea that they've gone, yes, what can we add to that? I really hope it does have some sort of future support in terms of adding more game modes and stuff because, the
they
core
did
of this...
Knockout City?
Yes,
Yes.
Knockout City.
And
That's
Knockout
right.
City.
The,
And
dodge,
Knockout
the
City.
dodgeball
Oh,
game.
yeah.
So
That
just-
game rocked.
Yeah,
That's
just
so cool.
like obviously they've got some good pedigree in competitive gaming and balancing it and that kind of thing. Whereas
Interesting.
again, I wouldn't call this competitive, but it is just a really fun like a couple of sessions with mates. I would say maybe a little bit more than some of the lethal likes that you've played in the sense that you can just jump in. I haven't played a public match yet. I've only played with mates who I know that we can talk to.
Yeah.
I wonder what the community's like if you jump in there and start hurling abuse in the dark, because I think the guys of being in the dark and just going like, fuck you!
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
funny when it's mates. I don't know what that kind of like translates to playing with randoms, but it is an option there. So, yeah. And the last thing I'll say about this, which is fantastic, is that this game is currently available for, I think, like in its $20-25. If you have a copy of the game, there is a guest pass version available. You can play with up to 6 people in a match. And so all you need is one person to own a copy of the game. If the other 5 remaining people have a guest pass, they can come in and play for free, which is a model of multiplayer gaming that I just think is fantastic. It's the right model that like brings people in who are cautious or don't know if they want to play a game or put money behind a game like this. And hopefully it pays off in the future for them to say, yeah, I want to buy my own copy to bring in other people that I want to play with too. But yeah, it's a really fantastic way to just say one of you is going to bite the bullet and pay $25, which is not much for a game that has enough content in it like this, and bring along some friends for a funny evening. And then, yeah, I think it's the kind of thing that will get a bit of a cult following, pun intended, because it is it's a cultish game.
I really admire a game studio that can pull off a bunch of different ideas like pretty well. Because that's hard. Like usually a lot of game studios will,
Iterate, go in the same kind of thing. What do we
the same
do?
kind of thing, polish what they already know.
Yep.
So I admire a studio that can take leaps and it pays off. for
Totally.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's the tension's there. The moments of kind of release of like killing someone or getting killed in the dark never seem to, after like multiple sessions, never seem to fade
And
away.
it does what it's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
So, like, when you turn your torch off, it is pitch black. You can't see a thing. But there are just like some floating dust particles in sort of around you that you can see to like get a sense of movement. Then when you bump up against a surface, there's like a slight glow to the edge of your screen to like let you know that you're kind of you've run up against a wall or against.
I
an
never
obstacle
found
or
that
something.
helped
You've
me, but
marked
I
your
liked.
scent.
I never found really I could navigate, but by the end of like the second session, there were times I was running around in the dark, kind of mind mapping it out in my head.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
appreciate that there's a one big map that you go, I think I know this area. So,
Yeah, and you're like, I think there's stairs here, and then you're walking forward, and then the particles are like going down.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, I know, I'm
I
going
know.
up. Yeah, it's great.
So, yeah.
That's so cool.
And a huge thank to everyone from the Back Pocketeer community who joined me for last Friday and last Monday as well. It was heaps of fun. I'm going to play it again. But that was my game. That was Midnight Murder Club. Peter,
Yeah.
speaking of dark, twisted things,
I played a Dark Twisted Thing. And I am a Dark Twisted Thing. But I
Clearly.
checked out the Centum demo. The game came out last week. The demo released, I believe, in Next Fest. And I can't describe this game as well as the developer hack, the publisher, did on Steam. This is their description of the game, which is, every why has a wherefore. You are trapped and you must escape. But is that really the goal? Centum is an unreliable, narrative-driven adventure where everything may be a lie.
God.
So that's
Okay.
That establishes the headspace you're in when you jump into
God.
what is effectively a dark, modern take on the point-and-click adventure. It is a virtual PC game. So one of those games where you launch up and there is a there's a
like a fake
old
UI.
CRT, a fake CRT in front of you. You got some README files. You got some you got a browser. You've got you're in a computer system and you have this app on your desktop as well, which is a much more classic, familiar point-and-click adventure where you're collecting things, you're using them in places. The turn here is that it's all very dark and twisted. There's not there's obviously in point-and-click adventures, logic is the puzzle, and sometimes that's a twisted logic in going like in a Monkey Island kind of game. It's like, oh, why is X related to Y? It might be a funny reason why.
The chef wanted the rubber chicken.
The chef loves rubber chickens because for whatever reason. In this game, there's some logic, but it is it's often on a dark turn. It's like, why is there a mug full of viscera? Do I drink it or do I feed it to my plant that grew out of my severed finger in the corner? And while I was initially excited by the intrigue of all that, I don't know if it's just like jaded old man. It fell off pretty quick in how obtuse and up its own arse it is.
It witnessed you.
It witnessed me.
Yeah.
I think it's probably unfair to say that this game, which is much longer than the demo, Old Man P confirmed, doesn't find success in what it's setting out to do and what it's trying to make you feel. Again, this like, what's real, what's a lie? Am I even meant to be achieving this, or am I meant to try and fail this? There's all of those questions, which is an interesting thing to be experiencing as a player, because usually it's like success is the goal in a video game. You succeed, you progress, and that's a game. This is undercutting that a little bit, or asking you to think about it in a different way, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I think you would like this game more than I did, and it might just be because I've played things like this now that I'm like, I don't know that I want to push through whatever it's using to make the game obtuse.
I love that shit.
But that is,
I do.
I acknowledge that it's cool, and I think that the way that it presents itself is really cool. I mean, I kind of wish the game was just in here, and I don't need the virtual PC stuff. I feel it's like a layer of like, it's important to what the narrative is trying to do.
Right.
So I understand why it's there, but I kind of just want to play a dark point-and-click adventure game, as opposed to.
I can recommend you so many.
Yeah, totally.
To your point, the fake UI or interface does start it makes you question, is failing the success state here or what I should be doing? And while that's kind of clever, it's been done, and does that then throw you off on a little bit of a like, what is my goal here?
There's a little bit of energy lost in like the idea that like this module is really repetitive. Like you launch back into it to try different things, and so by the third time you're doing that, the mystique of it all, the mystery of it all is totally lost, and it's just about at that point going through the options and kind of just brute forcing it a little bit. And it's not really, you're not brute forcing the puzzle. You start to understand what it's asking you to think about.
Okay.
Does that carry on from?
Well, I don't know. I assume
point.
so. It carries on past the demo. But it didn't hook me enough to encourage me to play it. But I do acknowledge that it is a well executed vibe. Tone is great. The words are cool. The graphics are like it's appropriately gross when it needs to
I
be.
like that rat.
The rat thing is fucking cool, and it seems to have quite a broad selection of options and approaches to how you play through it. And when you discover pieces, and when you take those pieces out of this and use them in the real world, the PC world, the virtual PC world. So I don't think it goes to a Doki Doki level of like, now go and change your INI files and stuff. But
But like an inscription level.
I was going to say
meta
Inscription, even
story?
Undertale had that kind of... Again, I'm not trying to say it's unoriginal. I'm just trying to say there is times where it hits you because it's unexpected and the impact is interesting. Here it's obviously outlined from the top that this is the kind of interface you're going to be in. So it's not a surprise that it's trying to twist your experience. But to what end does that feel like? The satisfaction of doing puzzles that way versus in an obscure, obtuse way versus doing them the traditional point and click way, which is, I know what you mean. Sometimes you're just like, I just want to experience that way, not, okay, how fucked up should I be thinking about this puzzle in a way that it's going to try and not trick you, but just...
It's not even trick. It's like, okay, I just have to pick the gory option.
Sorry, yes.
It's like, that's obviously what it wants me to do.
Yeah.
Because that's what this game is.
It looks gorgeous.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And in a grotesque way. Yeah, I think you would really like it, and I think people who are who share a similar.
It kind of reminds me a
tasty
lot of like not exactly like, but it reminds me a lot of World of Horror. In the sense of like it almost sounds like it's a roguelike, like in a point and click way.
Yeah, like there is. I didn't encounter a fail state.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Like
Oh
it's
no, just like different endings type shit.
Yeah, it's more like because the virtual PC world exists and there's threat there as well.
Right.
Being in here is never there's never a threat of failure so much as the failure is I didn't feel like I learned anything in that time I jumped into it. But things stay unlocked. Like it's not like it fully resets every time you go back in there either, and so that's a bit confusing as well. It's like, oh, how many times can I do this? I don't.
Right.
Can I ask just a top line question? Is there a semblance of a narrative for when you start the game of like who you are, where you are, what you're doing, or is it that obtuse that it's not even giving you that information?
it's like there's error code. Like your
no, I mean in the game.
No,
itself.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's like error codey stuff, and it's like it's setting you up to be whatever consciousness or human sitting at the computer has arrived, and the computer is aware that you're there, and there's parts of the computer or people not attached to whatever the threat is, telling you that it's all a lie, trying to like get you to look beyond the visage of this what the machine is telling you. It's just really layered heavily.
Yeah, right.
On yeah, scratch that out.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
right.
It's just intentionally quite obtuse.
It's crazy that you're saying that didn't grab you, because that is just intriguing the hell. Like everything you just said is intriguing the hell out of me.
It is intriguing. I think you would like it as well.
Okay.
Maybe. I think that I just am exhausted by this
and
type
that's
of
totally
game.
fair. Yeah.
Going, it's all intrigue and no substance.
Yeah, or like payoff is minimal in the way that like potentially it could be a little more explanative. Like,
or it's just like we chose to do something gross for the sake of being gross.
Sorry, payoff is just like, okay, cool, that was your reasoning, moving on, kind of thing.
They
Okay,
just
interesting.
re-released I Have No Mouth and I Must... Or they're about to just re-release I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream on Switch.
Oh.
So I'd say that's worth
Isn't
a
it a
hot
book?
go.
Blair recommended
It's a
this
game
game
as
as well, and they are in chat, so I don't know if they dropped any like feelings of theirs, but it's. I'm not saying this is a bad game. It intrigued me. It grabbed me at the start, and then by the time I was an hour in, I was like, oh, I see what it's doing to me, and I've had this done to me before.
Have you ever played Little Misfortune?
No.
A joy, but also fucked up, and I think you'd like that because it's a bit more a game. You know what I mean? Not a game questioning what is a game, but rather a like horror point and click game.
Yeah, cool.
Which is fantastic. I really loved it. That and Franbo, which was the game that came before it.
You go play this.
I'm gonna play this.
Excellent.
Blair has the full game, shares some concerns, mainly knowing if it'll actually pay off that well, but enjoying the process.
The more obscure a game is, it's like, you better pay this off in some way that makes me feel like I deserve an ending here. Interesting. That is Centum?
Centum.
Nick, round us out. What do you got to play?
I picked up a little game that came out, I think, about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. It is called So Fart Away.
And now it's time for a silly one.
And now it's time for a silly one. So you are this little man named Linguini, and you are desperately trying to make it as a food critic. And you've been offered a job, your first ever job at a food critic publication.
Sure.
And you have one fatal weakness, and that fatal weakness is spicy food. And unfortunately, your first job is the spicy food convention. So this is a brilliant little puzzler. It's about, I would say, 5 to 8 hours long. Each puzzle is kind of included in this like single screen layout here.
Yep.
All of the characters have like Banjo-Kazooie style dialogue, so they're all just like dialogue at the top with like like random, like voice bits and bobs here and there.
Yep.
But effectively what happens is whenever you eat, all you have to do on any screen is eat all of the food on the screen, and then you can progress to the next screen. Unfortunately, what happens when you eat a taco is you fart out 3 squares of...
You farted someone to death.
You fart out 3 squares of gas clouds, and if those clouds touch any person, that's an instant fail state.
Yep.
If those clouds touch any other piece of food, that is also an instant fail state. And unfortunately, they block your path. So as you move up against a gas cloud, Linguini will do this little like trying to like shift it along, which is basically means that you can only ever push the clouds. You can't, pull them or slide them or do anything like that. A lot of the puzzles come from that kind of, kind of like there was another game that it reminds me of called Steven's Sausage Roll, which was like came out in the wake of The Witness in that kind of like puzzler craze. But effectively, you like tacos will fart clouds in 3 spaces behind you. You later start eating like spicy donuts that do clouds in a circle around you.
Fantastic.
But the puzzles are brilliant. Like I love a good puzzler, and this is like not at all overstaying its welcome. I think when I left home to come here, actually, I was on puzzle 91 of 110 or something like that. And they are all like, there are a number of rooms that I've looked at for 20 minutes and just been like, it's impossible. Nope. No man
can fart their way out of this room.
You just can't do it. I think there's a bug. But no, they've all been like, you eventually have that like aha moment, and that's what, I fucking live for in a puzzle game, right? Like, it's so good.
I know this is probably not the right comparison to draw, but I'm immediately thinking a Bubba is you. And there's like, I guess less of a... like the layer of the cognitive in it of going like, oh, I need to make words that will mean something that I can apply here. It's just I need to not fart on people. But it's still about manipulating the limited play space that you have, which is super cool. I love that kind of game.
Yeah, there's no like multi-screen puzzles or anything. They're all just like it's.
Are you making a mega fart?
Oh my god, that's so
when you push farts together, they become like more powerful.
That's logic in real life, Peter. You should try it. And like the pushing stuff, or the push block puzzle has existed in video games for ages, and so it's not really like, I don't want to say it's not doing anything new, but I like the idea of the approach here. It's like, okay, I can see the food. I'm going to set this off when I eat it from whichever angle I'm coming into, which opens up a whole list of possibilities. But then, again, credit where it's due, just coming up with a hilariously charming, but like juvenile.
Look how caked up he is.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is a fatty. That is a fatty. Every step. Cheek by cheek.
Yeah.
I gotta hope there's some good sound design in this as well.
Oh, it's we
got squeakies.
Can we crank some farts? Or
I'd love to hear at least one, Josh, if there's.
Oh, there's
and from the game.
a VTuber.
There's a
There's a
VTuber
VTuber in the corner, but
No,
I
how
can put
unfortunate.
the
The music
back
is-
on.
Yeah, the music is very I want to say like
Hang on.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
There you go.
There you go. Is this? Oh, good.
He'll eat another one here in a second.
There'll be another fart, surely. Very good.
The
highbrow
the butt,
Nicholas.
yeah,
Thank
the
you
butt
for bringing
getting
that
big,
down.
Yeah.
full of farts.
Do you
really
have to kill
good.
all the flowers, or is that just for fun?
No, so they will block your path. You can't pass
Yeah,
a flower.
You have to kill
you
the
can
flowers
pass
with
wind.
the fart.
Yeah. So there's a lot of, they very gently bring in more mechanics than you obviously see in this trailer.
I was
here,
going to
but-
say, like, is it? You mentioned it's one of those games that doesn't outstay its welcome by introducing a mechanic, letting you master it, moving on to the next one. Would you say in the limited time, or like the fact that there's 110 whatever levels, it doesn't it doesn't go too hard in trying to add too many variables? Because that's for me, I think, like what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
like I appreciate a puzzle being complex, but also there does get to a point of diminishing returns where I'm like, all right, now you've got 6 variables. That's just I'm exhausted. Oh no. That's just where I'm like, yeah, I'm not having fun anymore. I like, and I definitely love that. Look at the whole thing. The solution is here. The longer I look at it, I'm sure it'll just present itself eventually.
Yep.
Does it have a rewind?
Yes.
One turn.
Yes.
One step.
You can
Yes.
you can suck one back up.
So you can hold Y
love
to
that.
reset the entire screen,
Yep.
or you can just press B and he will go just like
Yes.
move backwards.
God,
all the
wouldn't we
steps.
love a
That was-
button like that in
Yeah.
real life?
That was
Yeah.
my favorite part of Bubba Is You.
Yeah.
Like, that made it for me.
Yeah.
Just being able to go. I'm like, cool.
Why not on iPad or phone? I guess like delightful on PC.
Yeah,
it's great. Just-
It
I
seems
sus-
like one that will hit.
Yeah,
at
it's got to.
arcade
It's got to.
eventually.
It's got to. But yeah, no, it's great.
damn delightful. And again, just the main campaign. That's it. That's all
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Perfect.
that's all it is.
Awesome.
Very nice.
There's no
Short and
PvP.
sweet.
There's no PvP
collect
arena
the skulls,
mode.
Yeah,
Deliver them to the.
I have to.
Poot
So
versus
far
poot.
away.
friends.
Lovely. So that was So Far Away. Peter, you played Centum. I played Midnight Murder Club. And Ruby, you played Assassin's Creed Shadows. Those are the games we played. But there's more coming up. Don't touch the dial on your old 90s TV because there's something coming up right after this ad break.
Ooh la la.
Hey, Ruby. Busy week, right?
Hey, buddy? Oh my god.
Forgot their name,
Oh god, was it obvious? Oh my god. Who are you?
and now you're thinking, who am I?
I'm thinking about why you're naked.
And now you're thinking, how am I going to remember their name? I've been working across from them for 3 weeks. It's too late to ask what their name is now. With the Ausnaminator by your side, you'll never forget the name again. The Ausnaminator, as well as being able to know exactly what you're thinking, also knows everybody's name in the entire— Wait, what are you doing?
I found it.
What?
Yeah, just on Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
No. I kind of need this.
You know, yeah.
His name, well,
Uh-huh.
processing, you know. It's Will.
Yeah.
You should probably have these back.
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Okay, affirmative. What is my purpose?
I'm gonna get back to work.
And now a word from our sponsor.
We just turn it down. Okay, and now you're on, yeah.
Hi everyone, we would just like to make a an announcement that we are sorry for the timing of this ad. This got
Didn't
put
think
in
about this.
This got put in a while ago. We weren't aware of the current situation that's happening up north.
We built this city, a coastal city. It's too close to the coast.
Howdy, howdy, welcome back. We saw a word from AllSyntaxErrors.
So good.
Sorry.
So good. Once again, sorry, but fuck.
It turned out to not be as bad for some.
For some.
It was called an X-cyclone midway through its storm.
I believe it's actually called Twitter Cyclone.
Oh.
Yeah, it was blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oi, 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 oi,
Dad
oi.
jokes and dad jackets, that's what we're here for tonight.
We love a bit of risking life for the bit, NJ, that's right. Good on your syntax. As well, we saw the Ausnaminator ad. It was his thumb!
It was my thumb, not my dick. I'll say it every time.
And now it's time for a brand new segment.
What?
Tonight, we're offering a Resident Evil themed T-Virus cologne, a horrifying latex Sonic the Hedgehog mask, and an Italian pre-order bonus for Infamous Second Son that comes with 2 cans of Red Bull and a packet of fluorescent condoms. All on Twitch's most financially questionable quiz, Sale of the Pocketury. And now, a big Thursday night welcome to your host, Tony Barber.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Tony Barber with an I because I am, of course, a woman. As it's our maiden voyage, we have no carryover champ. So please join me in welcoming our 3 fresh players tonight. There they are, beautiful. Famously known as the last man on the moon, it's Gus Ronald.
Fuck you, Buzz.
Gus, why do you hate the moon so famously?
Oh, look, I don't hate the moon. I just hate those people I was traveling with that beat me onto it and they didn't let me out of the shuttle last. Is this a bit?
Oh, I heard the door was not broken. You were just scared.
It was all on a green screen anyway.
He broke both his legs in order to achieve a Ripley's Believe It or Not entry for most broken legs. It's Peter Burns.
Actually, a little bit of misinformation there.
Oh, go on.
I broke my legs more times in more places than anyone's ever broken their legs before. So I don't know if you've seen the octopus that can fit through the really small hole on the side of the ship. I was just trying to squeeze off a ship into the ocean.
That's
so I
quite
broke my
amazing.
legs heaps so I could get...
And did you get into the book?
No.
Oh, well,
I died.
worth a try. Best known for his role in Tea with the Dames as Dame Judi Dench's stunt double, it's Nick Belling. Nick, what
Hi.
did this role entail for you?
They said my anus was the most cat-like.
Oh!
Perfect for the role. Great news. Welcome to Sale of the Pocketury. Now, let's learn how to... Oh.
No, wait.
Ow.
Can we go back to this?
What
Hang on.
happened?
No,
Oh,
back to this. Wait, no.
Oh.
There it is. No. That's there.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
And then one out. There it is. Hugs.
Aw.
Hugs.
The human hug iPad.
It's nice.
Isn't nice?
It's nice.
Isn't that beautiful? Now it's time to explain just what the fuck we're doing. So each round, we have 2 of them. You will get 20 video game trivia questions. Correct answers get you $5. Incorrect answers take away $5. You'll all be starting with 20. So when you think you know the answer, buzz in. But if you buzz in before I finish the question and answer incorrectly, I will finish the question and allow another player to buzz in and answer. So why don't we test our buzzers?
This is like Sale of the Century.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't think
I
that's
must
real.
have.
I think century's not a real word. You just
Incorrect.
made that up. Working. Oh, it looks like we're all working.
I hope that is like
Fantastic.
pinging some nostalgia for people in the audience tonight. 'Cause it's definitely getting it for me.
Alrighty. So, are we ready?
I'm
Are you
ready.
guys
Yes.
feeling smart tonight?
I'm more of a Glen Ridge man myself, but I will take Tony Barber in this one. And I do just love Glen
Glen
Glen Ridge.
Glenridgeman?
Glenridge? No, just
A
Glenridge.
Glenridge man?
You could be Glenda Ridge next time.
Glenda
I don't know who Glenridge
I don't know who you're talking
is.
about.
I'm only Tony.
I'm only Tony.
With an I because I'm a woman.
Only Tony.
Like Colette.
That's going to be your autobiography.
Only Tony.
Only Tony.
By Ruby and
Snail in the chat is spot on. Was this on Gus's before he wish list? You better fucking believe it.
Oh, yes. Look,
There'll be a podcast about this tomorrow.
As long as everyone sits at their buzzers like this, would be fantastic.
A little bit of behind the scenes magic. Gus was like, this is perfectly nostalgic. And I'm like, for who?
You said for sale of the
19.
century, like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, Tony Barber. You're like, no. I'm like, Glenridge, no.
I'm young, youthful, young, and young.
Oh, this was a mainstay of many people's 6 o'clock Channel 9 viewing. So
So beautiful. All right. You all look ready to answer some questions.
very much so.
So let's jump right in with round 1. In Mario Kart, the power-up that seeks out the player in first position? Gus.
Blue shell.
Correct. Next question. The company that created Fortnite, Epic, also created Peter.
No, they didn't. That's correct.
Oh, that's incorrect.
It was Mandy and Colin Burns.
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to have to finish the question.
They also created...
Come on.
They also created World Peace.
No, that's incorrect. Also created a game engine that is licensed to other game creators. Nick?
Unreal?
Unreal is correct. Barber fact, despite its name, the Unreal Engine is in fact real, and people use it to make video games.
Holy shit.
Next question. Released in 2004 by Blizzard Entertainment and set in the fictional universe of Azeroth. Gus?
World of Warcraft?
Correct. Smoke on the Water is a fictional medical marijuana shop that can be purchased by Franklin with money gained from Gus.
Crime?
Incorrect. I must finish the question. From completing missions in which video game franchise?
Grand
Nick.
Theft Auto?
Correct. Next
Peter's
question.
buzzer's not working.
Give it a good push.
Is it on?
New batteries?
Maybe
might
new
also
batteries.
need new
Maybe new batteries.
Let's take a quick break to thank our sponsor,
Well, okay, no, actually what we should do...
X-Files.
We should call out the fact that, again, this is a terrible time to promote the fact that, Nick, you had a buzzer system in play for the Pocket Pals series that we did over the break.
Yep.
And that had those wonderful little pocketies and names, something we've not been able to do on our show by just yelling our names. So you were generous enough to bring in these buzz controllers
It's
that
so
you've,
cool. It's
that
so
you've
cool.
wired to work with... the show
There we go.
once we put new batteries in.
Yeah.
So a huge
You're going to need
thanks.
new batteries at some point.
I am going to need new batteries. Pay me in batteries.
All right, we're jumping right back in with the next question. Which PlayStation platformer released in 1996 has you play as a marsupial?
Crash Bandicoot.
Peter. Correct. Barber fact, when Crash Bandicoot isn't smashing boxes or fighting against the crime of having a large forehead, his favorite cooldown activity is gooning. Next question.
Smashing boxes is right there.
And I said something else.
Yeah.
Pocket, Light, Color, and Advance were all styles or variants. Peter.
Game Boy.
Correct. Next question. What object does Mario typically leap onto? Nick.
Mushroom?
Incorrect.
Oh.
After completing a level in...
Oh, sorry. No, he's already...
Gus?
I'm buzzed in.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
you
go
shouldn't
on.
get any more. Yeah.
Flagpole.
Correct. Next question. What third-person shooter video game developed by Nintendo was first released in 2015? Peter.
Splatoon.
Correct. Barber fact. In a 2016 interview with the Ocean Herald, Splatoon creators Hisashi Nogami and Shintaro Sato revealed that the Splatoon characters are inspired by a famous ocean creature, the squid.
That's what I was trying to... When I was broke on my legs.
There it is.
Exactly.
They revealed
out.
that, did they?
I made it up. Next question. In Super Mario Kart, the first game in Nintendo's racing franchise, which of the playable characters has the shortest name? Ding, dong, Peter.
Toad.
Correct. When the kids...
DK?
No.
No.
It's
Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
No.
Oh
And
my
it's
god.
Donkey Kong Jr. in the first one.
Oh, fuck, it is too. Okay.
Who's Donkey Kong's son?
Sure, I make it up to.
I'll say whatever. Next question. When the kids online say lol, they're either laughing, Gus,
That's all I had. Or they're either laughing
Lots of love.
or lots of love. They're lolling.
is that what you're going to say?
Sure.
Wrong. Or referencing what online battle, Nick?
League of Legends?
Correct. What 2009 game developed by Mojang is an open sandbox, Gus?
Minecraft?
Correct. Barber fact, Steve Minecraft is played by Jack Black in the upcoming Minecraft movie, a Minecraft movie which is based on the video game Minecraft.
Oh.
Next question. Harry must collect treasures including gold, diamonds, and money without landing in quicksand or falling into an opening in the ground in what classic 1982, Nick?
Adventure?
Incorrect. Oh. Does it have another name?
Not that I can remember off the top of my head.
Peter.
82?
1982 Atari game with an exclamation point in the title.
Careful.
Oh, fuck.
Correct.
Yeah.
What
they're
word?
on a
Oh,
platform.
next question. Pardon me. What word, which shares its name with a popular soda brand, describes a 2D bitmap image, such as a video game character, Peter?
Pepsi Cola.
Incorrect, Nick.
Sprite.
Fuck.
Correct. Shit. Next question. In what franchise launching 1985 educational video game was a user required to have a warrant for each arrest? Nick?
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Correct.
I'll need it in the form of a question.
Barber fact. Despite her name, the titular character Carmen Sandiego was not actually born in San Diego. I don't know where she was. Next question. An egg-shaped wind instrument dating back to ancient times appears in... Peter.
It's the ocarina, and it's in the Legend of Zelda series.
Correct. Next question. In 2015, the first 6 games were introduced into the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Can you name at least one? Gus.
Pong.
Correct.
Good guess.
You also could have said Tetris, Pac-Man, Super Mario Bros, Doom, or World of Warcraft. Next
But I didn't.
question. What 2018 video game is set in 1899 and follows the story, Nick?
Red Dead Redemption 2?
Correct. Barber fact. Cowboys love to say yeehaw. Next question.
Peter fact, so does Tony Barber.
Ooh, and you're right about it. Yeehaw. Next
Peter
question.
wanted points for that.
20 points. What card game related to the Warcraft universe did Blizzard release? Gus.
Whoa!
Hearthstone.
Correct. Next question. A sleek black convertible known as the Regalia is the car Noctis Lucas Calum and his friends use to travel across, Nick?
Oh, Final Fantasy.
I'll give you that. Okay. It's Final Fantasy.
Don't make him work for us.
Yeah.
And final question. Although early versions of the game featured a character named Ivan the Space Biker, the game's maker eventually settled on Gordon Freeman as the Peter.
Half-Life.
Correct. And final barber fact for this round. According to Valve founder Gabe Newell, the title Half-Life was inspired by being 38 years old, as the average male life expectancy in the US at the time was 76. And that's round 1 done.
Let's get a point check in, Ruby.
Is that true?
Correct.
That's 5 points.
5 points.
I feel so
old. Congratulations, everybody. Let's have a look at those scores. We've
Jesus.
got Nick and Gus sharing 40.
Holy shit.
while Peter's on 45. How
I
do you
can't
feel?
believe I said Pepsi Cola.
That was crazy of
Oh
you.
my
Now let's
goodness.
see what's happening up next on Neighbours.
I will say, just so I don't know if we talked about it, you lose $5 if you answer wrong.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're
yes.
getting
So
But I
you-
didn't get any wrong.
I totally,
Correct, Josh.
I said it. One thing about me, I'm always saying stuff.
You do say stuff
I said
all the
that.
time. It's constant.
So we're going to take a little break from the trivia by playing a different trivia game.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And this one is What Game Am I? And essentially what I'm going to
Born
do...
in 1962.
Pretty much. Pretty much, except video game.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I am going to give you points, basically, where I am vague about what a game is. Point until it eventually becomes
get more
and
points
more
the longer it
clear.
goes on.
Yeah, sorry, I wrote it in dot points,
Reverse
but
points.
I will say I am blah. I did blah.
Is this round 2?
This is not round 2. This
This
is
is
our little
in between.
bonus.
Do we get more
game.
money
yeah.
the earlier we answer?
Yes.
Yes, this is going to be our little midway tiebreaker. This one gets you $10.
Ooh.
Double point. Is that all?
Can we only buzz in once or once
You can
per clue?
only buzz in once.
Okay.
So if you buzz in with an answer and it's wrong, no more.
Do you lose $10?
No.
Thank God.
You
no
lose anything?
losing. No losing, just gaining. But you
Only
only
winning.
have one
One
chance.
chance.
So let's start with.
Can we
I'm
just point
gonna
out
write a
Peter's
great thing about this.
buzzer discipline?
What
Like-
about it?
What is this? What is
Should it be
this?
higher?
He's
What-
ready.
This has never been
He's
said in the
He's ready.
century.
That man's ready.
I'm
that
ready.
man's ready to buzz.
I'm ready.
Bing bong buzz. All right, are we ready to go?
Let's do
Yes.
it.
Yep.
Okay, I am a 3D platformer. I was one of the first platformers to fully enable 3D exploration. I was published by a now defunct company founded by Alan Miller and Bob Whitehead, who had previously co-founded Activision. I was made by a developer that had their name changed in 2000 when they were acquired by Sony Computer Entertainment. Peter.
Sorry, what am I giving you? The name of the game?
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot.
Incorrect. Nick.
It's not Spyro, is it?
Incorrect.
Shit.
There's only one person that has the chance to answer this. But if you get it wrong, you don't get the points.
I'll wait.
I was released on the PlayStation, although a version of me was planned for the Sega Saturn and ultimately cancelled. My original creator saw a preview of Super Mario 64 at CES 1996 and became concerned that I was a much inferior game. I was released to mixed reviews in 1996 alongside Super Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot and was compared to both extremely unfavorably. In retrospect, it's gone down to $5. I am considered one of the worst video games in history according to several publications. My game's protagonist has a vast array of signature catchphrases such as, I knew I should have taken that left turn at Uranus, and yowza! And that's all I'm going to give you.
Chat just got it.
Chat. Okay.
I am considered one of the worst games in history.
I should have taken a left turn at Uranus and yowza were the catchphrases.
My protagonist is an anthropomorphic creature. Gus.
I don't know, so I'm going to say Bubsy 3D.
The answer is
Holy
Bubsy
shit!
3D.
What? Yep.
The answer is Bubsy 3D.
Oh my god! At the
It
same time as Super Mario 64.
came out the same
Did it?
year as Crash
Oh,
Bandicoot
it
and
was
Super
PC,
Mario 64.
yeah, and it was horrible.
Yeah,
Right.
and it was bad.
All right.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Gus.
sad.
That's given you 5 points.
Thank you,
Which
Ruby.
puts you in line
Thanks,
with
Ruby.
Peter. Now it's time for round 2. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Buzz
Can
is
we,
re-
get, can we get a little
Buzz
bit
is
of
ready.
background music? Just like a little fun kind of something. That would
What
be
have we
nice.
got in the fun something
Alright.
archive?
I'm sure there's
Fine.
something. Alrighty.
I was told no music.
You were told no music?
Have you watched Sale of the Century?
No.
music.
Famously, no
We
music
should be in
during trivia.
4-3 with
famously.
This is a
bit of
serious
Moiraine
segment.
going
We've
on.
all
Can you
got
put
jackets on.
Can you put on Nookie by Limp Bizkit, please? All right, it's time for round 2. Are we ready?
Ready.
Can you turn that music down, please?
Used while playing Contra, the original Konami code gave you 30 extra of what? Gus.
Lives?
Correct. Next question. Chuck E. Cheese was originally founded by Nolan Bushnell, who also co-founded what?
Atari.
Nick? Correct. Barber fact. Charles Entertainment Cheese is currently in prison after FBI agents found evidence that the Big Rat was planning to plant thousands of his sick children in various McDonald's locations. Next question. What Star Wars console video game released at the end of 2020 focuses on space combat inspired by the movie franchise? Peter.
Star Wars Squadron.
Correct. Next question.
Couldn't think of the name.
What fantasy kingdom is the main setting for The Legend of Zelda?
Hyrule.
Gus, correct. Next question. What 1996 video game kicked off a long-running film and game franchise and elevated the horror genre of video games into the mainstream, Nick?
Resident Evil?
Correct. Barber fact. Resident Evil is a horror game. Next question. Dressed in purple and black with an upside down Gus.
Waluigi.
Correct.
Holy shit.
Next question. Sun, moon, diamond. Gus.
Pokemon.
Correct.
He's gone. He's seeing through the matrix, man.
Next question. Which Nintendo console was codenamed NX? Gus.
The Switch.
Correct. Barber fact.
No need. Let's move on.
No, they all need barber facts. In my perfect world, they'd all have barber facts. NX actually stands for no xylophone, as the percussive instrument was hated deeply by Shigeru Miyamoto, who is quoted saying, "Fuck that ding dang dong shit," roughly 42 times in an internal meeting. Next question.
That was an investor call as well. It was crazy.
Yeah, and I was on it. I don't know why.
Is that why that dude was doing that thing for Wii Music?
Yeah, and he really didn't like that shit.
I'm the best at wanking.
The best at wanking.
I sure said that on the internet.
Next question. I've said worse, don't worry, my love. The first Star Wars game made for the Atari 2600 was based on which film in the original trilogy? Gus.
A New Hope?
Incorrect.
Empire
Nick.
Strikes Back?
Correct.
It was a process of elimination.
I was going to fucking nail it if he didn't get it.
Next question.
Rise of Skywalker.
What is the name of the best-selling video game franchise to come out of Disney's homegrown intellectual property?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
What is the name of the best-selling video game franchise to come out of Disney's homegrown intellectual property, Peter?
Kingdom Hearts?
Correct. Next question. In the original 1980 edition of Pac-Man, the four ghosts were named Blinky, Inky, Gus. Bill? Incorrect.
Clyde?
Correct. Barber fact. Clyde is also the name of someone's dog, maybe. Next question. Balloon Burst, Bombs Away, Treasure Divers, and Handcar Havoc were all part of what 1998 video game? The first in its franchise, Gus.
Mario Party.
Correct.
Of course.
Next question. What simulation video game franchise was originally developed by Will Wright? Nick.
SimCity?
Correct. Next question. Ultimate and Melee are two of the iterations.
Smash Bros.
Incorrect.
Aww.
In the Super Smash Bros. Franchise, but
Oh,
what
we're all
world
in.
was used for...
Oh, yeah, sorry.
They're all in. Stop
We're
reading
all
the
in.
You're
question.
all in, Gus.
Can I hear the question again? You
All
got
right.
up to what and what?
All right, up to where I got up to before.
Please.
Yeah.
Ultimate and Melee are two of the iterations in...
That was it.
You said Smash Bros.
No, yeah, I said, sorry, that was my answer, yeah.
Nintendo.
Incorrect. Nick.
But what world? Kirby's Dream Land.
But what word was used for the Wii iteration?
world.
Incorrect. The answer is Brawl. Sad barber fact because you all were wrong. I was once involved in a 16-man to the death brawl in 1972 where I came out of it victorious and only missing one testicle. Next question. The first game in the Final Fantasy video game franchise was released for what console? Peter.
PlayStation.
Incorrect.
Oh, with a drink.
Nick.
NES.
Correct. Next question. What is the name of the twin brother of Solid Snake, the protagonist of the Metal Gear? Nick.
Liquid Snake?
Correct.
Oh my god.
Next
What's
question.
the opposite of snake? Liquid centipede.
Centipede is the opposite of snake? I would say lizard.
Millipede.
I would say lizard.
But lizard's only got 4 legs.
Yeah, but it's a snake with legs.
I've broken the game.
Yeah.
Is the opposite legs? Are we anyway?
A cat.
No, I know this.
Ruby, don't take the bait.
No, it's absence of snake.
True, of course.
This is true.
Sorry.
In January 2021, Peter.
My birthday.
Oh, no. Incorrect.
Damn.
A short squeeze orchestrated by Reddit users caused a skyrocketing of the price of what retail? Gus.
Gus is so aggressive.
GameStop.
Correct. Barber fact. GameStop backwards is POTS EMAG. Next question. Skyrim is the 5th installment of what epic? Gus.
Elder Scrolls.
Correct. Next question. Which Legend of Zelda game picks up after Ocarina of Time? Gus.
Majora's Mask.
Correct. And finally, which came first chronologically? The first...
Me.
He knows where he's on.
Every time.
Damn it, Burns, take this seriously.
Correct in one way, but not the way I was looking for. Has anyone else but... Oh, thank God, no. Okay, the first Pokemon video games or Pokemon trading cards? Nick first.
Video games?
Correct! Final barber fact
Hi.
for the night. When first creating Pokemon, creator Satoshi Tajiri said he was inspired by by putting 2 angry dogs...
No, finish it. You wrote it. Go.
Say it.
When first creating Pokemon, creator Satoshi Tajiri said he was inspired by putting 2 angry dogs in a room and making them fight each other.
You proud of yourself?
Yeah. And that is the end of our game. Let's have a look at the scores.
We need a tiebreaker.
We have a tiebreaker.
Okay, I've got
That was really scary.
There was
No,
a,
the Pete doesn't get to ask.
I'll ask the tiebreaking
Ruby's got more
question.
questions, right?
No, I've got one more.
Okay.
I've got a very quick little... What game am I?
Okay.
Sure.
Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Buzzers.
Created by Charles Zembillas. First introduced in 1998. A staple of the original PlayStation. A young, energetic, violet creature. Nick.
Is it Crash?
Incorrect.
Damn it.
Gus.
A young, energetic, violent creature. Is that what you said?
I'm done.
No, but you can say what you
No,
said.
No.
you buzzed
Fuck
in.
you both.
You buzzed in?
A staple of the PlayStation. Young, violent creature.
She said Nintendo.
Shut up.
Maybe I did.
Fucking tumbleweeds. Nothing. Focus. Matrix. See through it. What's happening? I've gone cross-eyed. I got nothing.
Peter.
Yeah, you have to guess something.
I wanted to say Crash as well.
Okay, that's incorrect, so take $5 off.
Well, it's still a draw.
Okay.
Peter, for 30 points, would you like to make a guess?
I would love to hear the rest of the question and I'll answer it. For 35 points, please.
With orange medium-sized wings, that is all I'll give you.
Motherfucker.
Son of a...
Want the answer?
Wait, really?
I don't know.
No, it won't.
Orange? Oh, I guess they are, yeah. Spyro the Dragon?
That is correct. Our winner tonight is Peter Burns.
Yeah!
Oh,
my god, I fought so hard for that!
And Peter, do you know what that means?
What have I got to do?
You get to take your pick at the Famous Faces board.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the famous faces board and let's see who's on the board to pick from.
Earthworm Jim.
The titular worm himself.
The Rat King.
Last of Us 2.
Tingle.
Man-child map seller from Zelda.
Tim Curry.
Premier Chudenko and fan of Space Red Alert.
William Yates.
William comes from Sydney, New South Wales and loves playing with Lego, collecting action figures and wants to grow up to drive trains. Good stuff, Will.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Video game's biggest sex pest.
Kitty Kong.
Dixie's baby brother from DK3.
Hatsune Miku.
AI pop star and an awesome image of things to come.
King Rufus.
King of the Gobbos from Croc. Nice Croc. Peter, who would you like to go for?
I'll take the King Gobby, please.
You've got King Rufus from King of the Gobbos from Croc. Let's see what your prize is.
Feast your eyes upon these superb kitchen appliances. There's a built-in 280-litre refrigerator with automatic defrosting, a spacious family-sized freezer, and an energy-efficient dishwasher for sparkling results. Together, these wonderful white goods are valued at $5,549 from AEG. With that fresh sea air and the wind in your hair, you'll feel like you're flying across the water on this dynamic Sea-Doo watercraft.
That's right.
Featuring a 55 horsepower engine and an awesome jet power system.
It's a Lena
Sea-Doo SPI gives you lightning speed combined with easy handling. Together with registration, it's valued at $9,390 from Haytrack, Australia.
That's right, you won that video. Congratulations, Peter.
That's a good video.
It's a good video. It's a good video, and it's all we could afford. And that's all for this segment. I've been your host, Tony Barber, with an I. Don't fucking spell it wrong. And this has been Sale of the Pocketury. Now let's get a good look at some of those ads.
Here at Boxwell, we can box whatever you want. You got something that needs a box, we'll have the box for that thing. We can put books in boxes, pillows in boxes. I've put tins of black beans in boxes. One time I put 32 VHS copies of the film The Boxer in a Boxwell box. Basically, you bring it in and we'll box it. Well, because we're Boxwell. Last week a lady came in with a wooden box and she asked me to put that box in a Boxwell box that was bigger. She didn't think I could put a box in a bigger box, but I sure as hell did. I put that box in a bigger Boxwell box and I showed her and she fucked right off. Put a body in a box. Yeah, boxed a couple of bodies, yeah. No, not at work. Not at work. Yeah, Boxwell boxes are the best quality boxes money can buy. So in order to protect that box, every time we box something in a Boxwell, we make sure to put that Boxwell in another box to protect the Boxwell box from being damaged by other shitty home brand boxes. No one takes boxes more seriously than us, not even Michael B. Jordan. Little box joke there for all you box lovers. Michael B. Jordan, of course, Michael Box Jordan to his friends and family, of which I am one. I know him. So when you need it boxed well, use a Boxwell, because no one boxes boxes like Boxwell.
We are going to show Chloe a number of models that we have made in Sculpt GL, a modeling piece of software that you can use in browser. Well, let's head to the gallery now. Josh will hopefully have our first exhibition set up, and it'll be behind this little curtain. So, Chloe, if you're ready,
yeah.
Let's reveal the first model.
Whoa! Oh no!
So, my first... So respectfully, my first critique is, what the fuck is this? It's brought me to tears.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Hey everyone, MindOfJak here. Join me from April 1st to May 31st as I'll be fundraising for Game on Cancer's superhero streamers for 2025. Every dollar raised goes directly towards cancer research, helping to support patients, families, and groundbreaking medical breakthroughs. Together we can change lives. Let's turn our passion for gaming into hope, support, and change. Grab your cape, rally your community, and let's show the world what gamers can do.
Barry the robot.
Barry the robot, who says, took a world record shit to get back before the camera ended.
Be careful! Don't give yourself a
Congratulations, Barry.
hemorrhoid.
Yeah,
you can blow out. You can blow out a.
Don't blow that
vein.
shit. You can blow your back out. Not in a fun way.
Don't
Sorry.
over-clench just for us, Barry. Thanks for joining us. It's the last home stretch of the hall pass of the Back Pocket show that we're doing tonight. Thank you so much for sticking with us. The ad there, we saw an ad for Boxy, a classic. We also saw one of our socials there that was based on last week's wonderful gallery exhibition that Chloe was a part of. Nico, did you happen to see that?
I did.
In all
I
its glory?
very much enjoyed.
Yep, I'm still waiting for someone to 3D print and send that one into the office for us to put up here in all its glory. And we also saw a word there from MindOfJak, fundraise, which they threw up there as a little reminder. Go and check them out as part of the superhero streamers, which is starting, I believe, 1st of April. So if you're not already, head over to MindOfJak's Twitch page, give them a follow, and go support them during that period, which I believe all the Game on Cancer guys are doing their superhero streamers as usual. We'll be checking them out, promoting them, and keep an eye out for that. Good work fundraising. All right, we're going to move on with the show, but not before we do a little shout out to our business pocket partner that we do every week, and that is, of course, a One Burry Burry. Burry Burry, if you didn't already know, if you're new to the show and you're thinking, what's this segment all about? You'd be like, well, this is the part of the show where we promote a business, and this business happens to be Burry Burry's lawyer expertise, specifically in gaming IP. They're an Australian IP lawyer. They specialize in game devs and creatives. I'm reading it off the screen, so that really comes up at a time to throw me off.
You got to time it.
You've got to get it out early. If you're looking to protect your intellectual property, specifically in the gaming world, or you know someone who is developing a game or working in for a game developer, and this is something that a lot of people oversee, what's the word?
Overlook.
Thank you, Peter. Then you might want to check out Burry Burry as part of bfrancis at tglaw.com.au. Don't forget the .au, and they might be able to help you out. In fact, forget might. They definitely will be able to help you out. So go check out their services, and Burry Burry will fight for you, and it's there in all letters at the bottom. If you don't, I can't read that.
And if you don't use Burry Burry, we will fight you.
I need to get my glasses checked.
You're wearing glasses.
You're wearing
That's what I mean. I need to get them checked.
That's wild to
It's a bit of a
me.
worry. But something that you shouldn't worry about is getting your IP gaming law looked after by Burry Burry.
Yeah.
Awkward segue, but awesome work from Burry Burry. So thank you for supporting them. Thanks for supporting the show, and go and support them if you're not already. Which you might not, because you might not be making a game.
You may not have IP you need to protect right now.
Yeah.
But one day in the near future, you will. You're a creative bunch.
Drink a bunch of water.
And if you drink a bunch of water,
There it is.
and then you...
We've done that for
IP.
so long and not made an IP joke that I was proud of us.
And then I made it.
I feel like Ruby has made it at least 5 times.
Potentially, I plugged that part out.
Little known fact about Ruby, Barber fact.
No, Barber facts.
No
We're
Barber
done
anymore.
with Barber facts.
Piss joke funny.
Ruby facts.
Thank you, Burry Burry, for being an ongoing business pocket partner, and to all our other patrons as well. Now we're going to move on with the final segment of the show, and it's one of my faves. We haven't done it this year, I believe, but it is, of course, the best segment we do. Ending that last segment we just did, which was pretty
really
fun.
good.
That was pretty
This
good.
is challenging times. It's got sound effects. Shut up.
Peter. Homer. I'm just doing random ones now.
It's such a cool graphic.
Challenging times. It's a good segment. It's a good graphic, and it is brought to us by BMac. Oh, little kitty BMac. When BMac sponsors a segment, we read out a TLDR review from their website, which is tldrmoviereviews.com, where you can get short, concise movie summaries or movie review summaries. I've got one of them right here. I'm going to read it to you guys. I want you to buzz in.
Oh, shit. I turned mine off.
Josh, is that going to work?
Mine's not connected to someone.
Okay, we should have checked. We didn't do that.
We can press it and say buzz.
Yeah, press it and say buzz when you think you know the movie I'm describing, thanks to BMac. What if you smashed the creator into Ready Player One and then made something mostly soulless with the components?
Buzz. Not Pixels. Is it Ralph Breaks the Internet?
It is not. What if you smashed the creator into Ready Player One and then made something mostly soulless with the components? It's been talked about a lot, but maybe not by these three people. What if you smashed the creator?
Yeah. We heard the words.
What if you smashed the creator?
I would smash the creator.
Into
Are we talking
Ready
about
Player
Jesus?
One?
He's hot.
And then
I
made
love
something...
when they make him
When
ripped.
he's using a lathe and he's like really
They don't
shaving
know.
that wood down.
Nick, I appreciate that you're still thinking mostly soulless with the components. Don't look at chat.
Can I get a year?
I'm not going to answer. I
I'll
already
give you a
answered wrong.
week.
Okay.
This one, baby.
This week, it's new.
Oh.
Is it this week?
I don't know anything.
Have I seen a movie?
No, none of you have, but you
think I
might have
have.
heard about it being talked about. Josh?
Heard about it being talked about. Is it a Nora?
I do know what it
Minecraft
is.
movie.
It's the new Russo brothers one
is
that was
indeed.
very
It
very
is-
expensive with Netflix and Chris Pratt
Oh,
and Millie Bobby Brown.
$380 million
Crispy rats.
roughly for The Electric State.
Oh, the
Oh,
boring,
Jesus.
the boring movie based on really good art.
Yep, the
Yeah, I
movie
remember
that's
that.
going to kill what was left of movies in the streaming service, The Electric State. It's apparently terrible. Disclosure, I paid for Netflix service that viewed this film. Thanks, BMac. And thank
Thanks,
you for
BMac.
sponsoring such a great segment. Don't watch that movie. Watch this segment instead. All right, challenging times. If you haven't seen it before, it's where I challenge the rest of the team to set a time in a video game, and then hopefully you guys can do it yourselves as well at home, playing a video game that is has some form of time trial mode. Previously, we checked out The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. We took a little trot around London Ranch. It's probably not London Ranch. Whatever it was called in that one, The Farm, and we all set some times. You can see that was with Leah Kim. She set a time of 45. Ruby, you were after that, 40. I got 39. Peter, very close after me, 39.12. Will set a time of 38. Hugaholic, 35. Part-Time Warrior, 32. Blinky, 30. Nanogenes and Blinky, if you look at the Discord for the challenging times thread, had it fucking out.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Back and forth.
So many
Awesome.
times. We were just like splitting hairs right down to the last time, which of course Nanogenes broke 30 seconds with 29.97
Josh,
seconds.
can we get chat back?
Those are like that's 10 seconds faster. Not quite 10 seconds faster than we were doing it. I don't know where you shave those. Where do you find that time?
I have no idea. They were cutting across ranch. They sent in screenshots, which
Yep.
is what we ask you guys to do on the Discord channel to get a time up there. Nanogenes, let me know, either if you're in the chat now, I can see you there. Have I sent you a little gold pockety, which we got 3D printed yet? If not, I'll make sure to get one out to you because that was the prize that I was giving out until we run out of those. So that is what's up for grabs.
We beat the world record a few times.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, Blinky.
Jeez.
That's awesome.
Good God.
That's amazing.
That's all we ask.
I guess
at
it's
this
because
segment.
no one cares enough about that part of that game that not to take anything away from your amazing skills.
No. Wild. Well, thank you, everyone who did submit a time for the last one. We're going to set a new time in a new game. That game happens to be Peter's favorite. It is Astrobot. So we're setting a time in a segment I'm calling...
Challenging times. Challenging times. Challenging times.
Yeah, that's it. We're doing Challenging Times, the Astrobot version. We are going to set a time in one of the challenge levels. These are only available to you if you have completed the game and seen the credits roll, which a lot of you probably have because the game's been out for a while and a lot of people very much enjoyed it, unlike what they just heard then. So, Josh
like that.
has got the game ready. Pete's going to switch me over. Ruby, this is your save, but the level we're going to do is Spring Loaded Run. I'm going to show you guys how to play that. The time currently set there by me was 53 seconds, but these are all under Ruby's name. So Ruby, you've currently set a pretty good time, but we're just going to scrap that and use what you guys get this time. I'm going to show you guys how to run this level. Basically, the gate will open, and it's all about these little gloves you got here. I'm going to give you guys at least like three or so goes. But remember, you've got double jump, right trigger to bash the barrels and get to these little jump pads. Remember, that's your hover. Bash that one there. And then these are those all-important grapple points. Use your boxing gloves.
Which they're trigger pulls.
They are trigger pulls as well. Remember, you've got that little hover jump to get you where you need to go. Bash these. This is a tricky one for perspective. Jump, oh god, a lot earlier than you think. Another bash there, another jump pad. Getting close to the finish. You got 2 barrels that'll run at you here. Uno, dos. And then this is the tricky bit. There we are. Thank you kindly. This bit's kind of easy, but I won't mark it up. 1 more to swing. Oh, that's a lie. 2 more to swing. Bash this thing like crazy. Last jump pad. Big finish. Voila. It's as easy as that. 58.
You set yourself a new high score.
I'll take that as my official time because I didn't have to redo it. Seems simple enough.
How many tries do they get?
Look easy.
3.
3 tops.
But you had the time before. That 52 seconds was your time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll watch the
you were the
review
last
back
one
and
to
I'll
play
do
it.
that one. Excellent. Peter.
Was it 52? I
Yeah.
thought it was 59.2.
No, it was 52.
I thought you just did a faster one.
If chat wouldn't mind just tagging that first time, 52. Off you go, Peter.
It was like 52 with some extra numbers, but yeah.
Oh no. Oh.
Little tip. Don't jump after that first swing. It'll land you exactly where you need to go when you release.
Is that a go?
That's the
Thank you,
only
Barry.
tip I get. Hey, as many as you need until we decide you've really fucked it up. Right trigger.
Yeah, I need to punch it.
I mean, you technically don't. Nicely done. God, it's such a satisfying platform. Jesus. Look, at this point, just a finish is something that I'll say is a win.
Well, that's the thing. These time trial levels, as well as being like how fast can you go, they also kind of can be a bit of a challenge, which is enjoyable.
No, you're totally right. Is this what was added as part of the DLC?
Yes,
Yeah,
this was
okay, right.
added post-release.
So you don't run into these levels just in general?
No. You've got the challenge levels that you'll happen upon.
Oh, hell! You finish?
You kind of just want to land on the pad quickly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
I get to set 3 times?
I mean, it was 3 goes to finish it, but sure.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you 1 more now you've successfully completed and you've got your mojo on. Mojo on? No.
Off.
Hall pass? No. I looked it up, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It is... The actual terminology is to do with getting out of class to go to the bathroom. The informal version is to... it's not to do with sex. It was... informally, permission to break a rule or code of conduct. So I was using it incorrectly, but not in the way that I usually do.
Not in a sex way.
Not in a sex way, which is what I usually do. Feeling confident, Pete?
You're doing great.
Having fun, Pete?
Yeah! I wish Parappa the Rapper were here, you know?
Oh, me
Shut
too. Nice.
That should be pretty good.
Oh! I'm going to say you have to leave that one there. 51,307.
Okay.
That's you
Pretty
done.
damn good. Nick.
Okay.
That control... Hold that controller up in front of your face. How freaking cool is it?
It's
that
so
anniversary
cool.
stuff.
It's so
How
cool.
sad
Bring
is
back
it?
grey plastic.
How sad is it that the coolest version of it is grey?
I
It's
know.
like, why does that do something to
You beat my original record.
I'm a record breaker.
Been a
good
while
job.
since I played.
Hey,
I'm going to get up here and do I won.
really good job. I don't know how it looks on camera.
hang on. Wait, last time...
Nicrotex is a gamer.
I just realized last time we played Challenging Times was with Nicro. Diddy
Yeah.
Kong.
Is that real?
Oh, sorry, not
no,
last
no.
time, but last time Nicro was here, sorry.
Yeah.
We played
Yeah.
at Challenging
Yeah.
Times.
Ooh.
And they are proving...
And you finished
This-
this game 100% as well, right?
Yeah.
Have you done all these?
No, I haven't. These came out since I last put the game down,
Yeah.
so it's been.
Oh, shit.
But you were in.
No pressure. Is the trick...
See, I finished all of the. Whoa!
Holy-
I finished all of these, but
was
I
just
didn't
fast.
do it for the purpose of getting as
Getting
fast as I
fast, yeah.
could. I was
Just
just
do
trying
it.
to get.
I reckon you'll be fast too. You're going to see yourself in the record.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
Fuck me.
You only get one go.
I only get one go.
No.
You were faster than me.
What the hell?
There you go.
That makes no. What?
really?
Go again. Go again.
Go again. At least one more.
That was like flawless, Nick.
Yeah.
Peter's flawed. You were
I'm
flawed.
very flawed. I feel like that was fake time.
Oh,
Now we're talking.
Oh, now we're pro Stratton.
Now we're talking.
Very good. Just not even phased.
Trying to work out what I can skip.
It seemed you're definitely playing with a curiosity that I didn't have. There's a tension next to me that I'm scared
No,
of.
you're okay. You're okay. For people wondering, that red bird is setting like.
Oh no.
Oh.
I don't know.
Nah, I fucked it.
That red bird.
That's my favorite thing about playing a video game is that feeling. Nah, fucked it.
I think here is when I would have thought you can double.
I reckon you can skip that
Maybe.
second one.
And then here.
I didn't mean to do that either.
I think you're.
This will be a faster time for some reason. This will be a 42.
This game makes no sense.
Yeah.
It warps time. Land on the pad straight away. It's
Don't hover.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. New record.
There we go.
That's it.
Well
and
done.
there was a flawed run as well, so there's time to shave. Still.
Yeah.
Very good.
You can beat the shit out of that, Ruby.
I want to try and do all right.
No pressure. It is your copy of the game.
Yeah.
So you've got.
So technically, you did it.
Yeah.
Oh.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Restart.
Doesn't count.
All
Restart.
good. All good. But yeah. So for anyone who wants to as well and has got to the end of the game, you can go set your own time and grab a screenshot of this, chuck it in the Discord in the challenging times, fight amongst yourselves, and we will award a winner next time we play this. Appreciate the getting around the barrels.
Yeah, you're not wasting time
Fuck.
with fists.
Hold on. I'm just gonna redo.
Fucked it.
Yeah.
Fucked it.
It's the second set of wall climbs that I reckon
Yeah.
you could go one, and if you
And
could
then if you
launch
can-
up and
yeah.
get to the next one.
And I think it would just be a case of making sure that you're pointed, like your control stick is aiming at the right.
That keeps doing.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Again, appreciate not going for the barrels. There's so much seriousness, and her controller is going. I'm having a great time.
Oh,
How
fuck.
did you give you that?
That one
Yeah,
fucked me
how
up last
rude.
time.
That should have given you it.
I reckon if you hover,
Yeah.
it will give you just enough upward momentum that you can still skip that first one.
I should go back to this game.
I've seen speedruns of
Fuck.
this.
Jump in the water. Get in the water.
I'm getting in the water.
Yep. All right. But this is it. All right.
Okay, this is the last
Clean
one.
run.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Don't take too many risks, but get there quick. Fucked it. Nice.
Punch. Little hop.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, you can just walk onto that.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, you fucked.
Shut up, Nick.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
Doesn't
okay.
count.
All
Fucked
right.
it.
That one didn't count. I'm so sorry, guys.
We're putting too much pressure on you. Relax. I can look at my X-Files cards.
Oh, you can't. All right.
Language.
I'm so done.
Mary Hendershot comes to Scully, asserting that both of their babies are in danger. She and Scully rush to a secure hospital.
Shut
Scully,
up.
Scully notices
Oh my
on her
God.
I
own
need you to shut up.
No, it's okay. You can talk.
aminosities. What the fuck is that word?
Animosities.
Amniocentesis. That the videotape of her fetus has been altered. And she escapes with Hendershot. Rower and a group of undercover agents find the women and drug them. Scully awakes next to a hospital in the morning, alive and healthy. What is this show
Would you like me to read the guest cast for the episode Season 8, Episode 12?
Please.
The guest cast is Michael Welch, Jordan Blake Warcol, Deep Roy, Bill Dow, Andy Hubble, Jane Daly, Maura Soden, Christopher Hudson, Calvin Remsberg, Jacob
You got this.
Franchek, Mimi Savage, Winston Story, Tony Adelman, and Kieran Rao.
As Scully pleads with the transit boss to not reopen the trains, she fears for her partner's life. In the tunnel, Doggett and the cops see a young boy who points them to a leak in the ceiling that allows water from the bay to run in. Scully figures out that sweat triggers the electricity, and since the boy's sweat glands are not fully developed, he does not suffer from the burn. When the transit authorities reopen the trains prematurely, Doggett places a gun on the third rail. The spark caused by the train charges into the seawater puddle, killing the Medusa. They were really struggling for stories.
A Medusa?
A Medusa oblong.
I'm so sorry, guys. Oh,
You lived.
what was I even
You know,
doing
I
there?
reckon you can skip that second red bar.
Yeah.
I reckon you can just go straight across with your hover.
Quote, Agent Scully, that must have been some nightmare you had. Agent Doggett, but that's all it was, right?
It wasn't. It was also an exhibition file.
This is deeply embarrassing.
All right.
Not at all, Ruby.
All
We
right.
put the pressure
This
on you.
is
It's
the
not
last
fair.
one.
But also,
Chat's
Gus,
behind
shut
you.
up. That's a good time. Nice.
It was me talking.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was
54.523. Well done, Ruby.
Don't I get two?
Give me the controller.
Oh, that's not fair.
Would you,
Everybody else got to do two.
Would you guys like to see a 35-second run?
Yes.
Sure. Hang on,
Who-
before you do, just to point
Yeah.
out, Dolphin Pants chucking the times in there. 52.119 to me. Peter, 51.307. Nick, 49.549. And Ruby, 54.523.
I think if I had one other go, I could go faster versus
Agreed.
me.
That's how that, and we would be here all night because that's what time trial runs are. Well done, everyone. Josh, if you'd be so kind to show us if we switch over, do we have to watch?
Yeah, you'll have to switch
we'll
over.
switch back and have a look at
I believe this is the former world record, so this is just the fastest one I could find.
Sure, let's have a
but,
look.
This is,
I reckon you can
yeah.
skip so many of the red bars.
I want to see if they did any of my skips. Oh!
Those gloves have a reach that, like, if you just hit that sweet spot, rip
Oh,
you across the
shit.
level.
Oh!
Oh, you can jump on
What?
them.
That?
Mother.
Yeah, this is the difference between us and speedrunners.
How do that? Oh, use
Sure.
the top of the barrel.
What are you gonna do
Can
here?
Jump on that? Yeah.
Oh my god!
Get the fuck out of Dodge.
They call that one barrel skip.
Oh, no!
How though?
I was thinking, as I was watching that last bit, I was like, can you get just straight over that last bit?
That's insane. Well, it's pretty rare that we finish one of
fast.
these with strats on how to do it because that's pretty much what you guys do now
That's
when
the
you go
giveaway.
and actually play this. So you can look it up on YouTube if you want to have a go. But if you'd like to set your own challenging times, head to the Discord. There is a thread there for challenging times. We need a screenshot that you can take on your PlayStation 5 of your time. Get it up there on the board. All you need to do is be the top back pocketeer to get your way to the top of that scoreboard. And the next time we run this,
They
we
didn't
will
even do
be-
half of the things.
we will be awarding a little 3D back pocket currently going out to Nano Jeans for this one. But the current winner of Challenging Times for this week is Nicrotex. Well done. And let's round it out with, of course, the sound effect of this favorite segment.
Not again.
Yeah, do it, Josh. Come on.
Challenging times. I am challenging times. I am challenging times. Challenging
If you could stop everything, that'd be great.
Beautiful.
I did it.
Well
Lovely.
done.
Very
Nicrotex.
well done. Do we
thank
replay
you.
the card?
Sure. That was Challenging Times, everybody.
You're out.
That was our show, everyone. Back Pocket for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Coming up next, though, is the post show. And tonight, the post show is brought to us by DumpDaze. All right. When DumpDaze sponsors a segment, we look at one of their amazing comics.
Well, we'll see if it's amazing.
It might not. It might be shit.
Could be shit. That's a risk we take.
That's the gamble.
This is why we don't do my tweets anymore.
But Josh, how many panels have we got tonight?
This 4.
It's a 4-paneler. Who has the reddest hair?
Me.
Really? Yeah, you or me.
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah. You take that?
Look out, Hazza! It's a bloody Dementor!
I've got this, mate. Expecto Patronum.
Phew, go away! I don't have any food.
Holy shit, that's exactly what Dementors sound like. Holy shit,
That
guys.
is
I think they
exactly
actually
what
sound
they
like this.
sound like.
You just suck stuff up.
Food.
They kind of
Very
sound like
nice.
they're doing parcel time.
They do a little bit. Thank you very much, DumpDaze. That was a great comic. That was. Sorry, every time.
Good stuff.
I love the little Aussie take on.
I like that
whatever we
we
can take away from J.K. Rowling, and if that means making it Australian,
Make
we'll
it
do
more
it. We
ochre.
should do it.
Yeah.
That's what we
Because
need.
people love Harry Potter.
Has a Potter.
I'm not a massive fan, but I think they're cool, and I think we should steal as much of it as we can and not give money to J.K.
I think we could have done with more like the
Yeah.
Australian version of Harry Potter. It's just lots of very remember like the shorts you had to wear at school, like pulled up socks, just the like stupid 90s school
It's kind of
uniforms.
like
around
how
in.
Hatsune Miku is the creator of Minecraft.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
fully aware of that.
Ah, yes.
The one and only. Oh, there are no.
Dementors sound like J.K.
No, the other,
Very good.
but you know the well-known one's Hatsune Miku, of course.
Of course. That is our show, everyone. The post show is coming up, and that's where we talk to the community, we answer questions from the Discord, and we look at the creative tab also.
Ooh, we got some creative.
Josh, have we got a little something to give a tease of what you'll see in? Okay.
Sure, confident. I like it.
Yeah,
we're
That's
in the
so
discount.
cute.
Amazing.
We're in the discount bin, baby.
Oh, and look who came while we're about to go. Hello, Barger.
Oh, is it a Barger raid?
It's a
Welcome
Barger
to the end of
raid.
Back Pocket, everyone. We're
Our most
about.
formal episode this year, I'd like to say. What do we
Totally.
think of the jackets?
I think we could wear jackets or
I
something.
liked it.
We have multiple
wear a
jackets in the room because I'm moving house.
That's true.
And all of my suits were in my car. So everyone got a jacket tonight.
You
But
get a
I could just
jacket.
leave them here.
Why not? Adds a little bit of... Josh, you
Class?
should have a jacket
Oh,
for next
sorry.
week. Sorry, Josh.
There are more jackets in the car. Do you want one?
Post-show jacket?
I will ruin
Oh,
it
no,
if I
you
put
take
it on
mine.
me.
You take
We
mine.
should all
Wear
get
that one.
smoking, and we'll have smoking jackets for the post-show.
And I'll get a fitted one and look like
And
an
we're
APC
only
news
smoking
presenter.
jackets.
That's it.
For all of the
Tonight's
people from Barger
news.
Stream who are not familiar with Back Pocket, we are a variety Twitch show here. We do a studio show. Barger was on a show called Good Game. Do believe the hype. He was on television.
It was television,
once
guys.
upon a
Yeah,
time.
big thing. Big thing
And
back
this
in that
is
time.
what our little kind of homage to television.
To be perfectly
here on
honest,
Twitch.
we did the biggest homage tonight that we've done in television for a long time.
Yeah.
This was a freaking cracker. I can swear. This was a flipping cracker of an episode.
Thank you.
Where we did a full game show in the middle of it. So go back and watch that because that was fucking great.
Yeah. Language. But we are about to leave, and our patrons at the Pocket tier and higher get to see more of us. You could too if you join our Patreon.
Still jackets.
It's the best way to support Back Pocket and keep this show running is to support us on Patreon. At the gold tier, you also get access to any and all bonus content we have released in the past and will release in the future. That includes uncut and full frontal playback gameplay videos earlier than the YouTube peasants get them. And we do have the last 2 weeks we've had playbacks go up, so you can see the full records on YouTube if you're at the gold tier. And you
AC
get,
Shadows is up right now.
AC Shadows went up, I think, last night.
Yep.
So there's like a 45-minute long play of us playing the opening of Assassin's Creed Shadows.
45 minutes is a long play for us. So it's like...
I got a bit tired.
We did.
I got a bit
big
tired.
cut scenes. We
Oh,
talked
cut
through
scenes.
a lot of cut
Yeah,
scenes.
yeah, yeah.
But we had a lot of fun with those. And also there is as Peter mentioned, the playback that's been edited on our YouTube channel. Fucking hilarious. Like, just some top-notch...
William.
Not us, the
Will,
edit.
it's all William, yeah.
It is all Will. The Bunnings. There was a drip there again.
Yeah, there's a drip.
Okay,
We got to work out the drip scenario.
We have a leak in the
We
studio.
got a leaky studio.
Help us patch our leaky studio and head to
For just
Patreon.
$10 a month, you can help us patch a hole in our roof. Please. You'll also, on the gold tier, get access to all the bonus episodes of Pocket Buds. Pocket Buds, you can check it out on all your good podcasting apps. There's some great episodes on there, and every episode had a bonus ep, so some extended conversations.
You
so
got
make
like
sure you check that out.
150 episodes in total thanks to those bone apps.
Hey, to the bone apps. Thanks to the bone apps.
Bone apps
Bon appetit.
There it
Bone
is.
apps to the teat.
We also have quarterly town hall meetings where you can join us in a Discord meeting and help us shape the future of the show. And you get the Pocketeer Discord role, which is the best because you get access to all of the best channels in our Discord where you can hang out with the lovely community.
We sorry to jump in there again. That gets you priority selection for the community game nights. I did one of them on Monday when we played Midnight Murder Club. Thank you to everyone who came along and joined that one as well. We just got to cycle through a whole bunch of people who were sitting there who were part of that Patreon tier. So again, we're going to do more of those. They're a heap of fun. I'm going to play more deception and murder games with the community. So watch out.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Nick.
Oh, like Lightning McQueen.
Watch out. Yeah, the
He goes,
murderous.
"Watch out."
The murderous
Sorry, he
car.
goes
Watch
ka-chow.
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
ka-chow.
He goes ka-chow.
Nick, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank
Thank
you
you
for
for coming.
Oh, yeah, that was
These are
super
fucking
fun.
amazing.
They're so good, man.
Thank you for
Dude.
actually everything.
Yeah, pretty much
To be fair,
everything.
as part of Pocket Pals, again, we thought the buzzers were fantastic. And it took Josh coming up to me at my desk, whipping the phone out and being like, look at this thing. He shows me a clip of you recording, testing these buzzers after we talked about them, and you having the whole setup at home, all the code, everything you've done on the back end to make these work. You press the button, the buzzer comes up, and you're like, fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Your hype got us hyped.
It was like, yes, these are going to be great.
And then you message me, you're like, okay, I want to do it this week. And I'm like, I have not finished.
We're like, cool, because we'd built a whole 90s retro game show
That's the
around
thing,
them. So
you're-
thank you.
Your work is incredible.
Oh,
honestly.
thank
like
you.
from Pocket Pals to like how we infuse into our segments. It's just like makes life so much easier.
It's not just buzzers either. Like there is an entire back-end control system that Nick has built from scratch that is useless to 99% of people on the earth except for the 5 of us in this room. Right now.
When Josh showed me it, I probably went like, "What the fuck? This is incredible!"
He said, "Come and look at Nicro's back end." We were like, "Oh, so
Again?
good."
We've seen it so many times.
I know. It's a
Meanwhile,
great
I never
view.
get tired of it.
Oh, thank you.
Where can people follow you? Because I mean, we don't read out your tweets anymore, but you tweet good still.
I still tweet occasionally.
You tweet good.
Yeah, I'm at Nick Belling on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitch at Nicrotex. I will do something there eventually, I guess. Instagram, Nick Belling as well. But yeah, mostly you'll just find me in the Discord. I'll just hang out. I'll post that video.
You should.
Please do, yeah.
We'll link that in the
Please
post
do.
show. Failing that, go and check out on the YouTube channel. There's all the episodes of Pocket Pals from the last 3 years.
Yes,
that you've
4
run
years.
that 4 years. A full game show Nick runs over the holiday period with our community members as well. So go there and see his lovely face running a very well-oiled
So fun.
game show series as well, which is a heap of fun. But dude, thanks so much for coming on again. Appreciate it.
Anytime. I
Have
love
a-
it.
There's a jacket waiting here for you.
Oh
when you
yeah,
need it.
I could get married in this jacket.
Some people have. That is our show, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. Chat, we love you. And a special thanks to those of you who support us on Patreon. Please share the show with your friends and family. What?
You sounded disappointed. Chat, we love you.
We love
Just
you.
saying, we'll talk to you in the post show, not now.
Absolutely. That's where we want to see you. Head to backpocket.gg for links to everything, our Discord and all our socials. We will be back next week, and we're going to have a little different show, but we'll keep you across that because our 200th episode is coming up, and we want to do something special for that. So keep your eyes on the Discord and on our socials. Backpocket.gg. That's where you get all your information. For those of you at the gold tier and above, we're about to see you in the post show. Gus, see ya.
Fuck you, Buzz Aldrin.
Ruby, goodbye.
Barber fact: the show is ending now.
Nick, see ya. That's it, everyone. Thanks so much. Bye.
Love you, Scott.
Currently inspecting the leak. Where's it coming from, Gus? What does it smell like, Gus?